Good evening and welcome to Baiju's Exam Prep. Am I audible and visible? Good evening, Sakshi. Ankush, Prajneet. Good evening. Let some more people join in and then I'll begin. Right. So, yesterday I began with the topic Indian painting. I gave you an overview of Indian painting. We finished the philosophy topic, various philosophical schools, and then we came to painting. And I have given you an overview, a broad bird's eye view of this topic called Indian painting. Now, to quickly summarize, we have discussed ancient India painting, including Ajanta paintings. So, we start our survey from the prehistoric paintings found in various caves of India. Basically, the theme was nature, flora, fauna, family life, community life, hunting scenes, dancing scenes. These were some of the predominant themes in prehistoric paintings. Then we have, and of course, from Upper Paleolithic period, we have the evidence of paintings in India. They start from Upper Paleolithic period. We also have paintings of the Mesolithic and the Neolithic period. Then, of course, we discussed about the Harappan period paintings found on earthenwares or pots, as well as seals. Again, plants, animals, birds, geometrical designs were painted by the Harappans on those objects, seals and pots. Then we come to directly come to the Ajanta paintings. Ajanta paintings during the Gupta period, we have paintings in three places: Ajanta in Maharashtra, Bagh in Madhya Pradesh, and Sittanavasar in the Pudukkottai district of Tamil Nadu. We have discussed Ajanta paintings yesterday. There are about 30 caves in Ajanta in the Aurangabad district of Maharashtra. It is located in the Vagora Hills, the Ajanta caves, and we have the Vagora River, which flows below the Vagora hills. And these are man-made caves. The inspiration was Buddhism. Lord Buddha was the inspiration. It was done by the monks, Buddhist monks. And on the walls and ceilings of some of these caves, we have few beautiful paintings. We have discussed the technique used by the monks. It is called fresco secco. So, they would scratch a part of the cave wherever they had to do painting. They would apply a paste consisting of various materials like cow dung, stone powder, wheat flour, rice flour, etc. And then once the paste was applied on that scratched surface or roughened up surface, a white wash was given with chunam or lime. A lime white wash was given, and then once the plaster along with the lime dried up, then the painting was done. After a master sketch artist made the sketch, then the painting was done. So therefore, Ajanta painting is called fresco secco. It is not true fresco. A true fresco is done on a wet plaster. And then, of course, we looked at the other aspects of Ajanta paintings. The theme is entirely Buddhism. It is called epic style. We have the first wheel of life painting found in one of the caves in Ajanta. And both Hinayana and Mahayana are represented at Ajanta. Hinayana, where Buddha was, the symbols connected with Buddha's life were worshipped. Whereas in Mahayana, they would also make idols or images of the Buddha and they were worshipped. And of course, the latter predominates at Ajanta. So we have discussed entirely about Ajanta. Then we came to pre-medieval period, pre-medieval paintings. Pre-medieval paintings, what we notice is we have a transition from wall paintings to miniature paintings. The reason being that Buddhism lost its patronage. It became very weak by the pre-medieval times. It was the Buddhist monks who used to make wall paintings. So Buddhism had become weak by that time. And then, of course, we have emphasis given on sculpture and also the political instability of the period. For these three reasons, we have a transition from wall paintings to miniature paintings. I stopped here yesterday. I ran out of time. Can we continue from there onwards? What are miniature paintings, etc.? So we have discussed all the Sitta Navasal, Bagh in Madhya Pradesh, Ajanta, Ellora. We have discussed Ellora also, Ellora caves, where all the three religions are represented: Buddhism, Jainism, and Brahmanism, that is Hinduism. Then pre-medieval period, we stopped here. We have a lot of miniature paintings we see in the pre-medieval period. Pihu, there is no lecture, essay class today. You're batch 7. So I believe because of some reason, it was also mentioned that you're also having simultaneously essay class, but then that has been solved. You will have a separate essay class whenever that will be held. There's no essay class going on for your batch. Okay, only my class is going on, right? So you don't need to worry about it. Pihu, is it okay? Fine, all of you. So there's no essay class going on for your batch. Hmm? Yeah, you may be having Gurcharan, you may be having essay classes, but it has not been scheduled along with my class. So because for various batches, essay classes would be going on. You are in batch 7, if I'm right. So you will be having essay classes maybe later. That will be notified to you. Don't worry about that. Okay. So don't worry about that. I inquired about it, and then okay. So let us talk about miniature paintings. What are miniature paintings? Now let me. So here you see what are the examples first of all of miniature painting. So all these come under the category of miniature paintings. You see, we have uh, miniature paintings, miniature paintings. So, for example, we have Pala period paintings. Pala paintings are examples of miniature paintings. Then we have, of course, Apabhramsha. Apabhramsha is Jain miniature paintings. Jain miniature paintings. That is called Apabhramsha. Then Rajput paintings. Rajput paintings divided into Rajasthani and Pahari. These are again examples of miniature paintings, right? Then, of course, Mughal period paintings. Mughal paintings are examples of miniature paintings. Then, of course, we have the Company School or the Patna School. Company School, also called Patna School. We'll discuss all these later. So, this is also an example of miniature paintings. These are some of the famous examples of miniature paintings. Now, please take a small note here. Before we discuss the PPTs, please take a small note. Your heading should be miniature paintings. Your heading should be miniature paintings. Miniature paintings. Any doubt regarding yesterday's class, whatever we have discussed yesterday's class? Any doubt? It's currently live. Maybe not for your batch, Gurchanan. That's what I was told. And quite just before our class started now. Maybe it may not be for your batch. Hmm? Right? Okay, everything is clear. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So let's move on. It is for batch 6. Ankush has given the answer. It's for batch 6. I told you in the beginning, it's not for your batch. So don't worry about it. Right? So we'll come back here. Miniature paintings. Philosophy, I have discussed yesterday philosophy. And then, of course, we started with paintings. Now let's talk about miniature paintings. So please take down the word miniature. The word miniature is derived from the Latin word minimum. The word miniature, please take down quickly. The word miniature in single inverted commas is derived from the Latin word. It is derived from the Latin word minimum. Minimum, which means, so it is derived from the Latin word minimum, which means red lead paint. It means red lead, L-E-A-D, lead paint. It means red lead paint. So I repeat, the word miniature is derived from the Latin word minimum, which means red lead paint. right? Um, Miniatures are small and detailed paintings. Miniatures are small and detailed paintings. Miniatures are small and detailed paintings. They are small and detailed paintings, right? Uh, then you write a subheading, preconditions. What are the preconditions? What are the preconditions? Number one, painting not to be larger than, painting not to be larger, not to be larger than, not to be larger than 25 square inch. Not to be larger than 25 square inch. This is number one. Painting not to be larger than 25 square inch. Number two, subject to be painted, subject to be painted, subject to be painted in not more than one sixth, in not more than one sixth of the actual size. Subject to be painted in not more than one sixth of the actual size. Yeah, you're right, Sakshi. I'll come to that. Just hold on. You just take down these things, right? So, subject to be painted not more than one sixth of the actual size. For example, an adult head of 9 inches, an adult head, an adult head of 9 inches would not be painted, larger than 1.5 inches, larger than 1.5 inches. An adult head of 9 inches would not be painted larger than 1.5 inches. An adult head of 9 inches would not be painted larger than 1.5 inches. Then you write another subheading, Indian miniature painting. Indian miniature paintings. Indian miniature paintings. Number one, so what are the features here? Did you get me that? So these are the preconditions. Then we go one more subheading, Indian miniature painting, another subheading. Then you write down human figures. So what are the features of Indian miniature paintings? Human figure shown with side profile. You understand what is side profile? Hello? Human figure shown with side profile. Human figure shown with side profile. Side profile is something like this, For example, let me draw. Okay, something like this. Side profile. This is side profile, right? So human figure shown with side profile, full stop, have bulging eyes. Human figure shown with side profile, have bulging eyes, comma, pointed nose, and slim waist. This is number one. Number two, Rajasthani miniatures. hyphen skin color of characters is brown. So Rajasthani miniature skin color of characters is brown. Skin color of characters is brown. Right? Then Mughal miniatures. Mughal miniatures. The skin color is fairer. Skin color is fairer. Divine beings, blue. So divine beings like Krishna, Rama, etc. They're all shown blue. Then women figures. Can I just take a pause? Just hold on. ಹಲೋ ಏನದಿ ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ ಜಲ್ದಿ ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳೋ ಅದಿ ಅದಿ ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ 8:30 ತನಕ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ ನನಗೆ 9538004228 ಜಲ್ದಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಡ ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ 9538004228 Hello. Okay, sorry. Can I move on? So divine beings blue, then women figures. Women figures have long hair. Women figures have long hair. Eye and hair are black. Eye and hair. Eye and hair. Eye and hair of the women are black in color, right? Are black in color. Then men are shown with traditional dress, traditional clothes. Men are shown with traditional clothes and turban on the head. Turban on head. So Rajasthani miniature skin color is brown. Then Mughal miniatures fairer. Divine beings are shown blue. Women figures have long hair. Eye and hair are black in color. Men shown with traditional clothes, turban on head. Okay, then next paragraph. Miniatures are often painted on either books or albums. Miniatures are often painted on either books or albums. Books or albums. Miniatures are often painted on either books or albums, comma, on perishable material, including palm leaves, comma, cloth and paper. Including palm leaves, cloth and paper. So they developed between 900 and 1100 AD. Developed between 900 and 1100 AD. Miniatures developed between 9th century and 11th century AD. Found in both western and eastern regions of India. Found in, mostly it is in western and eastern regions. Okay, got it? So these are the rules. These are the rules for miniatures. And there is some more additional points in the PPTs. There are some more additional points. You can always make a small note, right, and keep it ready with you for the mains. In case there's a small write-up you need to make or write in the examination, you can just download it. Right? So these are the miniatures. So let's move on here. So what are the examples I've already given you? Pala, Apabramsha, Rajput, Divan to Rajasthani, Pahari, Mughal, Company School. Even South Indian paintings are in the form of miniatures. When miniatures were being developed in North India, simultaneously in South India also, in the paintings, in the temples, we have paintings. Again, they are miniature paintings. Okay. So let's discuss this. So here they flourish in different regions of India, miniature paintings. In Western India, so Jainism with different religions. So we see miniature paintings in different religions. Jainism in Western India, Buddhism in the East, then Vaishnavism in Central India, and Shaivism in South. Right? So you have common features: sharp eyes protruding from the cheeks, longer nose, angular outline, gold and silver colors along with standard colors have been used. Then miniature paintings developed firstly in Rajasthan. Initial paintings were made on palm leaves, that is tadapatra. Palm leaf means tadapatra, called tadapatra. So those days there was no paper, so they would make paintings on palm leaves or tadapatra. And once the Turks introduced paper into India, paper began to be used from the 13th, 14th century onwards. Then also a number of religious manuscripts came to be illustrated. Yesterday I've told you what is book illustration. So you have, apart from book illustration, apart from prose, you also have paintings accompanying the explanation. So Mughal paintings are examples of major paintings. Then we have Rajput paintings, Pahari paintings, then Pala period paintings, Ragamala paintings, Company School or Patna School. They are all examples of miniature paintings, right? So, so let's talk about it. Are you there with me, all of you? Are you clear? These are miniature paintings. Now, then we come to medieval period. Basically, the themes are three. Naika Bheda. Yesterday I've given you an overview. What are the main themes in medieval India? Naika Bheda, Baramasa, Ragamala. Naika Bheda. You see, what is Naika Bheda? I told you, meeting of lovers, then tension in the relationship, and then separation of lovers. So that is called Nayaka Beda. On your screen, Nayaka Beda. So under this, the female subject of painting is classified: meeting of couples, their separation, deceiving, right? So I'll show you pictures. You see, I have put pictures here. On your screen, you see here. So you have two lovers sitting and chatting away, right? And then behind in the background, you see some paintings of nature, trees, sky, etc. Right? This is Nayaka Beda. One more picture I put. You see, you're painting. To the left of your screen, you see he's having a talk with his beloved. This man. He seems to be saying, "What did I do? Why did you dump me?" Okay, and then to the right side of your screen, you see the girl is looking somewhere else, and the boy is going away on his horse, and she's not bothered about him. So they are separating. Did you get me that? They're separating. This is Nayaka Bheda. Nayaka Bheda painting, right? Nayaka Bheda's painting. So this is the main theme. Then we have Baramasa. Baramasa, that is the condition of the female subject in different months of the year. Baramasa. Baramas is 12 months of the year. Okay, Baramas. You see here on your screen, I have put pictures again. You see two lovers. They're sitting and talking or just standing and talking with each other. And in the background, you see thick clouds, dark clouds. It's raining heavily, right? So it depicts the Varsha Ritu, the month of Bhado, no? Dark clouds, Badal, no? Then of course Varsha Ritu. So that is depicted in the form of painting. The season is depicted. Similarly, you have another painting. You see that? Sharad Ritu or autumn. So again, these two people are sitting and talking, and in the background you see bright sunny sky, green meadows, etc. This is Sharad Ritu, autumn. Then we have Ragamala. What is Ragamala? You see here, Baramasa, I have told you. Then Ragamala. So the various musical modes were shown in the form of paintings. So ragas, where they had particular colors for particular ragas. So basically, it was a series of paintings, 36 in number. That's called Ragamala. So this is very unique to India. Various India musical modes were depicted in the form of paintings. That is ragas were depicted in the form of paintings. That's called Ragamala. Unique to India. You see here, you have a couple dancing, and to dholak, you see here, lady is playing a sort of a drum or a dholak, and here there's another person. This girl is praying to Lord Shiva. So, and also singing along with it. So this is what is shown in the form of paintings. So these are Ankush. Doesn't matter. He it may be Krishna Radha or Nayaka Naika. It could be either of that, hero heroine or Krishna and Radha, or Krishna with the gopis. Okay, this is right. So these are the three themes. Understand this. These are the three themes which we find paintings in medieval India: Nayaka Beda, Ragamala, Abaramasa. So either it could be Nayaka or Naika, that is hero heroine, or Krishna Radha. Right now, let us make a discussion about these Pala school paintings, Pala period. We have discussed this. Palas, they built a number of Buddhist universities. They patronized Vajrayana Buddhism. Dharma, Gopala was the founder. So the Palas ruled Eastern India from 9th to the 12th century AD. They ruled over Bengal, Bihar areas. The greatest of the Palas, Dharmapala, who built the Vikramashila University, Uddandapura, Somapura, Jaggadala. So these are the important Palas. Devapala built the Mahabodhi temple at Bodh Gaya. Remember, they have done all these things. So what is the important aspect about Pala painting? Basically, the theme is Buddhism. Please understand, the theme is Buddhism. Theme is particularly Vajrayana Buddhism. So Vajrayana Buddhism is the main theme in Pala period paintings. Who are the prominent artists? Main theme is this. Main theme Vajrayana Buddhism. Buddha is shown, right? Dhiman and Vitapala. These are the important painters. And what are the features of Pala paintings? Done on palm leaf, Tadapatra or palm leaf. Theme is Buddha and Vajrayana Buddhism. Color, different colors are used. In nature, only banana and coconut is painted. Only banana tree and coconut trees are painted. Right? This is unique to Pala paintings. And I put some pictures. You can see here. These are all Pala period paintings. Bulging eyes, side profile. Right? See here. This Buddha, basically Buddhism. Then we come to Jain miniature paintings. Yes, the blue color is a divine being. So it could be Krishna or Radha. Hari, how many sects are there in Buddhism? There are many sects in Buddhism, but the two main sects are Hinayana, Mahayana. These are the two main sects. There are many, many sects. Then we come to Jain miniature paintings. Jain miniature paintings, another word for Jain miniature paintings is called Apabhramsha school. Apabhramsha is another word for Jain miniature paintings. So, also known as Jain school of painting, flourished in Western India, that is Gujarat and Mewar. Right? So, it is supposed to be, it grew as a reaction to the murals of Ajanta. So initially, the painting was done on palm leaf, later on paper. So basically, it is Jain miniature paintings. That is called Apabhramsha school. So what are the features of Apabhramsha or Jain miniature paintings? Bulging fish-shaped eyes. Bulging fish-shaped eyes, pointed nose, double chin. So double chin, very interesting. Then predominant chest, distorted hands. Female figures have large hips and breasts. So these are some of the features of Apabhramsha school. Just know this much, that Apabhramsha school means Jain miniature painting, flourished in East, Gujarat, in that area, Western India, Gujarat and Mewar, right? So these are the Apabhramsha school paintings. You can see here. I put some pictures here. Basically, Jain miniature paintings. Double chin is this. Like, if you're on the obese side, a very fat person, then you'll have a double chin. You're sagging, a sagging chin. That's called double chin. So basically, Apabhramsha is Jain. You can see Tirthankara sitting here. Tirthankaras are sitting on top. So these are examples of Jain miniature paintings. right? Then we come to medieval paintings. Basically, we see medieval paintings in various parts. First of all, in the Rajput paintings divided into Rajasthani and Pahari. Rajasthani in the various various royal courts of Rajasthan, Mewar, Kishangarh, Jodhpur, Bikaner, Marwar, Bundi. So in the royal courts, you have paintings patronized by the kings, various Rajput kings in Rajasthan. That's called Rajasthani painting. And Pahadi painting is in the lower heights of the Himalayas. There were a number of small Rajput kingdoms, and the painting which developed in the courts of these Rajput Rajas in the lower Himalayan kingdoms is known as Pahadi paintings. So you just take a small note, please. Please take a small note before I proceed. Please take a small note and write down. Your heading should be Rajput paintings. Your heading should be Rajput paintings. Rajput paintings. Rajput paintings can be divided into two groups. Rajput paintings can be divided into two groups. Number one, Rajasthani group. Rajasthani group. Rajasthani. And number two, Pahari. Right? First of all, let us talk about Rajasthani. Rajasthani group. Rajasthani can be divided into two groups, Rajasthani and Pahari. Rajasthani group. Under that you write, it covers the entire state of Rajasthan and Bundelkhand. Covers the entire state of Rajasthan. Covers the entire state of Rajasthan and Bundelkhand. Covers the entire state of Rajasthan and Bundelkhand. Full stop. It is sometimes also called Jaipuri Kalam, also known as AKA, also known as Jaipuri Kalam. Jaipuri Kalam. Kalam means brush, literally brush. Kalam means brush. So also known as Jaipuri Kalam, right? So prevalent in the states of Rajasthan and Bundelkhand, also known as Jaipuri Kalam. Main centers. What are the main centers of Rajasthani group of paintings? Main centers. Former Rajput kingdoms. Former Rajput courts. Former Rajput courts of Jaipur. Former Rajput courts of Jaipur, Bikaner and Udaipur. Former Rajput courts of Jaipur, Bikaner, Udaipur. This is where we see Rajasthani group of paintings. And number two, Pahari group. Pahari group. Also known as mountain kalam. Pahari, also known as Pahari or mountain kalam. Mountain kalam. Developed in a wide area. Please take down. Developed in a wide area around the Shivalik hills. developed in a wide area around the Shivalik Hills. Shivalik Hills. Um, running through Poonch, Jammu, running through Poonch, Jammu, Basoli, running through Poonch, Jammu, Basoli, Noorpur, Kangra, Haripur, Guler, close the bracket, and the mid-Himalayan areas, and the mid-Himalayan areas like Ramnagar, Bhadarwa, Chamba, Kulu, and Tehri Garhwal. Close the bracket. Chief centers. What are the chief centers? Chief centers. Courts of the Rajas of Basoli, Jammu, Noorpur, Kangra and Chamba. Chief centers, courts of the Rajas of Basoli, Jammu, Noorpur, Kangra and Chamba. Next paragraph. The Sikh school of painting. Next paragraph. The Sikh school of painting. Under which flourished under Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Which flourished under Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Which flourished under Maharaja Ranjit Singh, is also an offshoot of the Pahari school. Is also an offshoot of the Pahari school. Is also an offshoot of the Pahari school. Is also an offshoot of the Pahari schools. Are you there with me? Hello? Is also an offshoot of the Pahari school. Okay. Now let us discuss each of these schools. But then please understand, whatever is relevant from the exam point of view, I will focus upon those things only. Though I have given you a maze of information. Lot of information is there in my PPTs about from the painting topic. But then everything is not important. So let's talk about it. Rajasthani painting, you see here on your screen, Rajput paintings divided into Rajasthani and Pahari. So Rajasthani paintings are seen in the royal courts of Udaipur, Chittor, Mewar. Capital of Mewar was Chittor, of course. Chavanda, Bikaner, Jaipur, Jodhpur, etc. And whatever paintings were made in those royal courts, it reflected the ideas and ideologies, tastes and emotions of Rajput princes. So you see Rajputs, as you all know, the brave Rajputs, known for hunting, fighting, So you have battle scenes. Okay, what is the theme? Basically, battle scenes. Battle scenes. Then shikar scenes. Shikar is hunting, as you know, hunting scenes. Hunting scenes. Then processions are depicted, right? So these are the basic things. Apart from Naika, apart from Naika Beda, Baramasa, and Ragmala. Apart from these three themes, we have no the other scenes shown: battle scenes, shikar processions of kings, of of gods and goddesses, etc. So these are the main things depicted in Rajasthani paintings. So we'll come back here. So you have themes taken from Hindu traditions and mythology, Sanskrit and folk literature, then courtly and feudal pride, as seen in the scenes of battles, riding, hunting, love story between Radha and Krishna, Nayakas and Nayikas, hunting scenes. A little emphasis on human figures. So very less emphasis on human figures. So you can see here colors. So different colors meant different things. Red color for fury, anger. Yellow color for marvel. Brown color for eroticism. Right? Then we have various themes. Apart from Vaishnava sect, we also have sometimes Jain cult also depicted. Initially, paintings were done on palm leaves, Tadapatra, later on paper. Right? So humans are having brown or fair skin, whereas Krishna is shown in blue. Okay, and women characters have inevitably long hair. So women have dark, black hair, black eyes, and long hair. And we have a number of books also illustrated in Rajasthani paintings on your screen. Look here, Bhagavata Purana, dealing with Vishnu, then Gita Govinda, Chaura Panchashika, written by Bilhana. You see, Bilhana was one of the court poets. He was from Kashmir. You remember Bilhana? He wrote Chaura Panchashika and Vikramanka Devacharita. So Bilhana was in the court of the Kalyana Chalukya king Vikramaditya VI. So he was in the court of Vikramaditya VI of the Kalyana Chalukyas. Kalyana Chalukyas. And Bilhana wrote Chaura Panchashika and Vikramanka Devacharita. So Chaura Panchashika is basically a love story. It's basically a love story, and this has been illustrated. I'll show you the pictures in some time. Then we have another book called Rasika Priya. Rasik, Rasika in Sanskrit, Rasik. It's basically romantic. Rasika means romantic. Priya is lover of romance, literally. Composed by Keshava Dasa. So Rasika Priya was composed by Keshava Dasa, who was a court poet of Orcha in 1591. So Orcha was the name of a kingdom, and this Keshava Dasa was a court poet in the court of Orcha. And of course, Baramasas. Okay, now look at the painting. So these are the main themes in Rajasthani paintings. Am I there with you? Hello, all of you, clear? This is a supplement to whatever I have given you earlier, whatever dictation I gave you. This supplement. So various books came to be illustrated apart from Naika, Baramasa, Krishna, Radha love, Naika love, etc. Now these are all the royal courts of Rajasthan. Okay, Mewar, Rajput kingdoms, Mewar, Kishangarh, Jodhpur, Marwar, etc. So let us I have given you important aspects of each of these kingdoms, the paintings in each of these kingdoms. For example, Mewar. You see here on your screen, this is the painting of Rasika Priya made by Keshavadasa. Keshavadasa of Orcha. You see here, Rasika Priya made by Keshavadasa. Now, don't take me otherwise. I'm only explaining the pictures, the paintings. The painting is about love and romance. You see here, you have two lovers. So supposedly Krishna and Radha. You see here, Krishna and Radha. So Krishna is shown in blue, and then he has taken Radha to bed. You see here. Can you see that? So here, this is a Rasika Priya painting. So it could be a Naika or Radha and Krishna. There's another painting here. You see here on your screen. We have Champavati and Bilhana. So this is Bilhana on your screen, all of you. This is Bilhana. Look, you see, it's written in Sanskrit. Bilhana. This is Bilhana. Bilhana. And this is Champavati. Now, Bilhana was giving tuitions to Champavati. Champavati was a princess, and he used to come every day and give her tuitions. Um, and then she both fell in love with each other. And the king, Champavati's father, the king, objected to this relationship. But then Champavati was, insistent that she wants to marry her tuition teacher, that is Bilhana. And ultimately, the father of the girl got them married. This is the story, Chaura Panchashika by Bilhana. Did you get me that? Hello? Chaura Panchashika, written by Bilhana. Chaura Panchashika, written by Bilhana. The main theme is this. Hello? Okay, right. So these are some of the books which were illustrated. Book illustration is there here. These are the books illustrated. Then we have Mewar style. Mewar, the capital was Chittor, as you know, Chittorgarh, the Sisodias of Mewar. So basically the painting was of a conservative style and tried to avoid the dominance of the Mughals. You see, the Sisodias of Mewar fought bravely against the Mughals and they refused to submit before the Mughals. Here, even the paintings reflect that here. They also reflect the same. They try to avoid the dominance of the Mughals. Earliest example of Mewar style, Chavand Ragmala paintings. Right? So what is the popular theme? Krishna, Radha Krishna theme. That is popular. Who were the famous painters of Mewar? Sahibdin and Manohar. Sahibdin and Manohar. No, what subject he thought, I don't know, Hari, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about what subject he thought. The main thing is both fell in love with each other. Right? And then they got married. They were married off. Right? So they'll not ask you what subject Bilhana was teaching Champavati. Don't worry about that. I also don't know. Ankush is saying history. Okay. Okay, fine. Jokes apart. I hope you're enjoying it. Jaswant says love subject anyway. Don't understand this. So this is the theme. Chaura Panchashika, then Rasika Priya, right? Now look here. You see this painting. Look at the painting here. Krishna and Radha in a bower by Sahibdin. Sahibdin is the painter. And you see here, Krishna and Radha are up to some mischief here. And look here, Radha's friend is keeping a watch. Radha's friend is keeping a watch outside. Right? This is the painting by Sahibdin. Did you understand? Nah, so she's keeping a watch, and Krishna and Radha are up to some mischief here, right? Interesting, right? So this is Mewar style. Then we come to Kishangarh style. Kishangarh. Now look here. UPSC had asked a question in the prelims. Get serious now. Get serious now. Now UPSC had asked a question in the prelims. Why the Kishangarh style is also called Bani Thani style? So which style is called Bani Thani style? Now let me tell you a story. Okay, it's a supposedly a real story. Okay, why Kishangarh style of painting is also called Bani Thani paintings? Now look here, I'll tell you the story. So there was a king. So there was a kingdom called Kishangarh, and who was the king of Kishangarh? Raja Samant Singh. So Kishangarh was the name of a kingdom. Kishangarh, somewhere in Rajasthan, Kishangarh. So Kishangarh kingdom, and who was the Raja, the king? Raja Samant Singh. Raja Samant Singh. He was the king of this particular kingdom. Now he was a married man. Raja Samant Singh was a married man. But then every day he will see the dance of one dancer in his court. Her name was Bani Thani. Bani Thani happened to be his court dancer. So Bani Thani was his court dancer. And he will watch her dance every day. And without his knowledge, he fell in love with her and she also fell in love with him. And Raja Samant Singh, though he is a married man, made her his mistress. What do you mean by mistress? That is, he had relationship with her without marrying her. So he makes Banitani his mistress. So Banitani became the mistress of Raja Samant Singh. So they had an affair, and she became his mistress. And then what did Raja Samant Singh do? He abandoned his kingdom. He gave away his kingdom, abdicated the throne. Rather, he abdicated the throne, and then along with his mistress Banitani, they went away to Brindavan. They went away to Vrindavan and lived the rest of their life happily there in Vrindavan. This is known as Banithani paintings. Kishangarh painting is also called Banithani painting. Did you understand? So famous artist of this particular school is Nihal Chand. As you can see here, the famous painter is Nihal Chand. So Banithani was the mistress of Raja Samant Singh of Kishangarh. Did you understand? Yeah, concubine. Right? You see here. But then Samant Singh and Banithani are not shown. They are doing all the mischief, but Radha and Krishna are shown in the paintings. You see here? So here in the painting, Radha and Krishna are shown, but it's actually Banithani. Okay, okay. So this is Banithani painting, Kishangarh style, and you see here Banithani looks beautiful here in this picture. You see this painting, beautiful painting. So side profile, pointed nose, large eyes, etc. So remember that. Then we come to Jodhpur. So the theme is, I told you, remember the theme, main theme is Naika, Baramasa, Ragamala. So we have Jodhpur, we have equestrian portraits. That is horse riding, horse riding. Everything got to do with horse. That's called equestrian, as you know. So equestrian portraits, fish eyes in human faces, large human figures. Main scene is Krishna Lila, Baramasa, Naika Beda, and abundant desert scenes are shown in Jodhpur paintings. Capital of Marwar was Jodhpur. Capital of Marwar was Jodhpur. So you see here Jodhpur paintings. These are Jodhpur paintings. Abundant desert scenes are shown. Then Marwar paintings. Rathors of Marwar ruled Marudesh. Where do we find the paintings of Marwar? In all these places. Jodhpur Fort, Phul Mahal, Takht Vilas, etc. Other places like Lala Baba Ka Mandir, Murali Manohar Temple, etc. So these are the various places where we find Marwar paintings. So they reflect the uh, tough features of those people. So the characters in the paintings are depicted tough and strong because they were inhabitants of the desert area. So obviously they have to be tough and strong. And paintings have a white background, I believe. In Marwari paintings have a white background. You see here, Radha is with the deer in this painting, and it's got a white background. Then Ragmala paintings. What is Ragmala? So it is called Garland of Musical Modes. 36 scenes are shown in a series. Basically, various musical modes are shown in the form of paintings. Each melodic root form is symbolically assigned a specific color. So each raga has a particular color. So this is Ragamala paintings. Various ragas are shown in the form of paintings. You can see here on your screen. I put pictures here, paintings. So this couple is listening to a music, being played by this man, right? Similarly here, um, maybe this is Tanpura being played by maybe Radha, and two deer have come near her. So these are examples of Ragmala paintings. Tambura, right? Then Bundi style. So we have scenes of Nayaka Beda, Baramasa. So all the details are there. Factual information, Reena of Rao Chattarsal, Bhau Singh, emphasis on court scenes. Uh, okay, all those things. Bundi style. Then Kota style. You see themes, Shikar processions, that is hunting scenes. Shikar is hunting, as you know, hunting scenes, worship of Srinath Ji, small darbars, celebration of festivals. These are the main aspects of Kota style. Figures seem to move fast in the paintings. They look as if the figures are moving very fast in Kota style of paintings. So it's difficult to remember everything. I know that it is very difficult to remember everything. Don't need to remember everything. Try to remember whatever you think is important. whatever seems catchy. For example, I told you, Bani Thani painting. Kishangarh style is also called Bani Thani. UPSC is asking such questions. They are not ask you technical. Till now, they have not asked any technical questions on painting. So don't worry about it. Hello, are you there with me? Then Bikaner style. You have based on Mughal tradition, main artist Ram Lal, Ali Raza, etc. Bikaner style. Then Amer or Jaipur style, strong Mughal influence, right? Then Alwar style started in the reign of King of Alwar, Raja Pratap Singh, I believe. So all those things are there. Go through it. Then paintings of Pahari style. So in the various kingdoms of the Himalayan Valley, ruled by Rajputs, we have paintings. So that's called Pahari style. Basoli, Guler, Kangra, Garhwal, Jammu. These are the Pahari paintings. Basoli painting. So remember these type of information. Basoli painting. What is so unique about Basoli painting? It is supposed to be the first phase of Pahari style. First phase of Pahari style under the patronage of King Kripal Pal. Now, what is very unique to Basoli is beetle wings are used to make the painting shine. So beetle wings make the painting shine. So beetle wings are probably stuck on the painting or maybe rubbed off on the paintings, and the painting shine because of that reason. That is very unique to Basoli. Right? Important painters, Devidas painted Rasmanjari, Manku painted Gita Govinda. This is Basoli style. Then Guler. Guler is supposed to be the second phase of Pahari style. Okay, here women are supposed to be more composed, because of the absence of their lovers. They're not distraught, they're not crying, they are much more stoic, they're very bold, and they're able to withstand the separation of their husband or lover with much more composure. So that is Guler style, unique to Guler style. So who are the famous painters? Recently, Guler style was in the news some months back. Guler style, Pandit Sen and his son Nainsukh and Manaku, Ram Lal Gursahe. These are the important painters. Pandit Sen and his sons Nainsukh and Manaku. For example, this painting I have put on your screen. This is from Indian Express. It was there in the newspaper Indian Express, and this is a painting by Nainsukh. Nainsukh, one of the sons of Pandit Sen. You see here, the King Dasharatha approaches the sulking Kaikeyi's chamber. So if you know the Ramayana story, remember Kaikeyi in her earlier, when she was newly married to Dasharatha, he's supposed to have saved him in a celestial war. There was some celestial war. In that, Dasharatha's life was at stake, and Kaikeyi is supposed to have saved him. So since she saved him, he he gave her he told her, I'll give you a boon. Ask me whatever you want. So he gave her three boons. She could ask three things. So she said, "I'll postpone it to a later time. And when the time comes, I'll ask you that." Right? And when Kaikai comes to know later that not her son Bharata, but Rama is going to be the choice for the throne of Ayodhya, she is distraught. So her friend Manthara, Manthara is her maid servant. So Manthara tells her, don't, take a wash, don't change your clothes, don't tie your hair, etc. And that will attract the king, Dasharatha, to you. He will come worried. And then that time you remind him of the vow he had, the boons which he had asked you to ask. And then you can ask whatever you want. And she asked three boons. One was, of course, sending Rama to the forest for 14 years. So this is what has been painted here. King Dasharatha approaches the sulking Kaikai's chamber by Nainsukh. Right? Then Kangra style. This is supposed to be the third phase of Pahari painting. So this style flourished to the reign of Raja Sansar Chand Katoch. So Radha Krishna love, natural scenes. That's the main thing in Kangra style. So Basoli, Guler, Kangra in a sequential order. These are important phases of Pahari style. Then we have Garhwal style. Painters Shamdas, Hardas, court painters of Garhwal King Pratibhatsha. They were the main painters. So you see here, I have put a painting. Again, this particular painting came in the Indian Express newspaper. Right? So Pahari painting from the Kedara Kalpa manuscript, I believe, a largely unknown Shaivite text from Rajasthan. So here you see sadhakas paying homage to Shiva in a golden temple. This is supposed to be a golden temple, and people are praying here. You see, sadhakas are praying here. Some people are sleeping on the veranda of the temple, and some people are taking a bath in the nearby river. You can see they're taking a bath in the nearby river, and some people are chatting under the tree. So all has been depicted here. So this is an example of Pahari painting from the Kedara Kalpa manuscript. Okay, this is about Pahari paintings. Are you there with me? Rajput paintings divided Rajasthani and Pahari. So revise a few times and then you will understand what to remember. You can make small points like Basoli style, beetle wings used, such things you remember. Not everything is important. And important painters of a particular style, particular kingdom, right? Hello, are you there with me? Can I move on? Right. Then we come to paintings of central India. We have paintings in Bundelkhand, Malwa, and Gwalior. So I have put features here. Bundeli style, started and developed by Raja Veer Singh, a contemporary of Jahangir. Right? What are the themes? Ragmala, Naika Beda, Baramasa. That's the main theme here in Bundeli style. Then Malwa style, it's related to Jainism. These are the books illustrated. Kalpa Sutra, written by um, Bhadrabahu. Remember Bhadrabahu? Bhadrabahu wrote Kalpa Sutra and Niyamat Nama scriptures. These are all the books which were illustrated. Then Gwalior style belonged to the period of Tanwar dynasty. Raja Man Singh, during the period of Raja Man Singh. So everything is not important. Don't worry about Gwalior style and all that. Then we come to South Indian paintings. So you have a number of South Indian dynasties like the Pallavas, the Pandyas, the Cholas, Vijayanagar kings. They are Kerala paintings. They are all part of South Indian paintings. And I've given you examples where they are found. For example, Chola dynasty paintings. They are found in the Brihadeshwara temple in Tanjavur. For what are the paintings? For example, many of the paintings have got damaged or they have got smudged. Um, so and they're not very clear also because of weathering. So Brihadeshwara temple, Tanjavur, Lord Shiva dancing with two apsaras, large image of Nataraja, Rajaraja with his family. So these are some of the paintings in the Brihadeshwara temple. Then the Gangaikonda Cholishwara temple built by Rajendra, the son of Rajaraja. We have paintings of Gandharva Raja, dancing Kali, etc. Pallava paintings are found in all these temples, on the walls of these temples. Kailashanatha temple at Kanchipuram, Talagirishwara temple at Pannamalai, Vishnu temple at Malayadipati, etc., Annamalai caves, then Pandya paintings on the walls of Jain temple of Sittanavasana and Tirumalaipuram. Right? These are all South India paintings. So I have put some pictures. You can see Chola paintings in the Brihadishwara temple. This is Rajaraja with his teacher, Karuvur Tevar. So Karuvur Tevar was a Shaiva guru, the religious preceptor of Rajaraja Chola. So this painting is there in the Brihadeshwara temple. Right? Then we have Vijayanagar paintings in various centers of Vijayanagara like Hampe, Anegundi, Lepakshi. Lepakshi is called the Ajanta of Shaivism. Lepakshi in Andhra Pradesh. Lepakshi, it is in present day Andhra in the Anantapur district of Andhra Pradesh. Anantapur district of Andhra. Lepakshi. So it is called Ajanta of Shaivism. We have a number of themes basically on Shiva, marriage of Shiva with Parvati, marriage of Virupaksha. Virupaksha is a form of Shiva with Pampamba, like that. Important sites, Hampi, Kanchipuram, Vellore, Lepakshi. So the important sites, these are the temple. Also on the walls of temples, we find paintings of Vijayanagar period in various places. Like the Vitala Swami temple, Virupaksha temple in Hampi, the Kamakshi and the Varadaraja temple in Kanchipuram, etc. This is Vijayanagar paintings. Then paintings of Virupaksha temple, Hampi, Veerabhadra temple in Lepakshi. Okay, so for example, you see here, this is sage Vidyaranya being taken in a procession in the Virupaksha temple in Hampi. Do you see here? Do you see this? So Vidyaranya is sitting in a palanquin. People are carrying him, and there's a procession going on. This is found in the Virupaksha temple in Hampi. Similarly, Kirata Arjuna painting in the Lepaksha temple in Andhra Pradesh. You see the boar here, Shiva in the form of a hunter and Arjuna fight over a boar, isn't it? They fight over a boar. I've told you the story of Kirata Arjuna when I did, you know, post Gupta period. Remember that? So this is a painting here. Then Kerala paintings, they are a mixture of Kathakali and Kalemezuttu. What is Kathakali, as you know, is called the Ballet of the East, classical dance of Kerala. And Kalemezuttu is a form of painting done with five colors in Kerala. Kalemezuttu is a combination of five colors. They use five colors, combination of five colors are used to make floor paintings. Combination of five colors used to make floor paintings, paintings on the floor. So it's a mixture of these two. And where are Kerala paintings found? On the walls of various Kerala temples. For example, the Padmanabhapuram Palace, in the temples of Padmanabhapuram Palace, Pundarikapuram Krishna Temple, Triprayar Sri Rama Temple, etc. So I put pictures here, painting inside Padmanabha Swami Temple, Kerala, Pundarikapuram Temple in Kerala. These are all Kerala paintings. Then Deccan paintings found in the Deccan states of Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Golconda, the splinter states of Bahmani Sultanate. So Bahmani Empire split up into 5 states like Bijapur, Golconda, Bidar, Berar, etc. So in all these places we find Deccan paintings. Okay, are you there with me? Then we come to Mughal paintings. Hello, can you raise your hands? Can you raise your hands? Now, we have discussed Ajanta in detail. Ajanta is very important. And then I have also given you some extra points on Rajasthani and Pahari paintings, and we have discussed Rajasthani Pahari paintings. Now, Mughal paintings is again important. Mughal paintings become important from the exam point of view. Now, you see Mughal Empire, the great Mughals. When I say Mughal Empire, we're talking about great Mughals, not the later Mughals. So Mughal Empire from 1526 to 1707. And we have the great Mughals, Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb. Now, what you need to remember with respect to painting here is as follows. You see, Babur, he was very busy fighting wars. We have seen the life of Babur when he did medieval India. So Babur had no time. But then in his autobiography, Tuzuki Baburi, he makes a mention of a few painters like Bizza. He mentions about Bizza, the Shah Muzaffar. So Babur makes a reference to these painters. Then Humayun. Humayun, as you know, lost the throne to Sher Shah, and he was living the life of an exile in Persia, Iran. So when he was in Iran, Humayun met two painters. So he met two painters, and he invited them to come to India, provided he reconquers Delhi and reestablishes the Mughal Empire. And after many years, after 15 years, these two painters came to the court of Humayun, Khwaja Abd al-Samad and Mir Said Ali Tabrezi. These are the two painters, Khwaja Abd al-Samad and Mir Said Ali Tabrezi. And Humayun immediately appointed them as his court painters. And he ordered the painting of a book called Dastan-e Amir Hamza. So you please understand, Amir Hamza was supposedly a folk hero of Iran. He was a folk hero of Persia or Iran. So he ordered that the stories of Amir Hamza be illustrated. And these two painters, Khwaja Abdul Samad and Mir Sayyid Ali Tabrizi, began to make the paintings of Amir Hamza. But then we have seen this. Humayun died. Within 8 months after reconquering Delhi, re-establishing the Mughal Empire, he died from a fall in his library, right? And then you have Akbar. Akbar became the emperor. Now, Akbar continued to employ these two painters. He continued to employ these two painters, and he asked them to continue their work, whatever his father had ordered them to paint. And the Dastane Amir Hamza was completed during the time of Akbar. Now, what you need to understand from the painting part, from the Mughal Empire, from the Mughal Empire, the painting part is these three emperors: Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan. Hello, all of you. Did you understand? You need to understand and know what are the various developments in painting under these three emperors, because these are the three main emperors: Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan. So, for example, you need to know what are the various techniques of painting during the time of Akbar. For example, we have the foundation of the Mughal school of painting laid by Akbar. A number of painters were patronized by him. He established an atelier, what is called a karkhana, where almost up to 150 painters used to paint. And Mughal painting is considered more a craft than an art. Why is Mughal painting considered more of a craft than an art? I'll explain that, and I'll give you some points also. Then we have European paintings influencing Mughal paintings, and many European techniques were borrowed by the Mughal painters. You remember Akbar's story? We have discussed Akbar in detail. Akbar established the Ibadat Khana at Fatehpur Sikri, and he wanted to know what is there in many religions. So he invited two Portuguese fathers from Goa to come and brief him about Christianity. And these two Portuguese fathers came to Akbar, came to Fatehpur Sikri, and they would speak about Christianity. And they also presented the Holy Bible and other books, which had lovely European paintings in them. And when Akbar saw these paintings, he was pretty impressed with those European paintings. So there were certain techniques which were alien to the Mughal painters. By looking at those European paintings, which were in the Holy Bible and other books, other English books, you have the Mughal painters who adopted many of the European techniques, including the technique of foreshortening. So we will explain all these things. Please understand. Then we come to Jahangir, and who are the important painters under Akbar? Apart from the two painters under Humayun, you have two more, Daswant and Baswan. These were the four important painters during the period of Akbar. And what is important from Akbar's point of view is book illustration. Books came to be illustrated. Akbar gave a lot of importance to book illustration. Then Akbar died. Once Akbar died, book illustration was also lost along with Akbar, literally lost, because book illustration did not was not given importance by other Mughal emperors. The peak of Mughal painting is under Jahangir. The peak of Mughal painting is under Jahangir. So we will talk about that. Important painters under Jahangir in Jahangir's court. Then um, even we have women being employed to paint during the time of Jahangir. Um, so he had a famous painter called Mansoor, Ustad Mansoor, who was a great animal painter of nature, animals, birds, etc. And then he sent one painter to Persia. He wanted to see the picture of Shah Abbas, the king of Persia, who had conquered Kandahar. So Jahangir sent a painter from his court all the way to Persia, and that person went there, you know, um, made the painting of the king of Persia and brought it and showed it to Jahangir. Similarly, Thomas Roe came to the court of Jahangir. Remember, first Captain Hawkins came, and then in 1611, you have Thomas Roe coming to the court of Jahangir. And Thomas Roe, the ambassador sent by King James the First of England, brought a copy of a painting with him. He brought a copy of a painting with him from England, and Thomas Roe is supposed to have put a bet in Jahangir's court. Thomas Roe is supposed to have told Jahangir that I have heard that you have great painters in your court. I have got a copy of a painting. I want your painters to make an exact replica of that painting. And whoever is able to make an exact copy of that painting, or something like a photocopy of that painting, or a replica of that painting, I'll give him 50 rupees as a reward. 50 rupees during those days was a huge amount of money. So, in turn, Jahangir is supposed to have told Thomas Roe, you leave the painting here and then you come in the evening, right? And he sent him away. By the time Thomas Roe came in the evening, six exact replicas of that painting were made, and they were placed next to each other. And Jahangir put a bet. He told Thomas Roe, you pick up the exact painting. which is the original painting which you brought from England. And I believe Thomas Rowe lost this bet because he was not able to pick up the painting which had brought it from England, because all the six paintings made by the Mughal painters were an exact replica of the original which had been brought by Thomas Rowe to the court of Jahangir. So this is what is the story told. I've put a picture also regarding that. We'll talk about it. In Jahangir, in his autobiography, Tuzuki Jahangiri, he mentions that in a composite painting, he was able to find out which painter painted which part of the painting. What's a composite painting? Composite painting means composite painting is, let us say, 4 to 5 painters have painted one painting. Four to five painters have painted one painting. For example, let's say there's a dancer. Imagine there's a dancer, right? There's a dancer, right? There's a dancer. Now, one person made the sketch of the dancer, right? He made the outline. Another person made the dress worn by the dancer, the sari worn by the dancer. The third painter made the jewels worn by the dancer. The fourth painter made the frame along with the border, and then the fifth one did the painting. Now this is called a composite painting, where 4 or 5 painters have contributed towards one painting. And when this composite painting was shown to Jahangir, Jahangir in his autobiography claims that he could point out which painter painted which part of that painting. For example, he'll say A did the sketch, B did the jewelry, C did the clothes on that painter, etc. So that's what Jahangir claims. So again, you need to understand important developments of painting under Jahangir, new techniques introduced. What are the new techniques introduced during the time of Jahangir? Then Shah Jahan, what happened during the period of Shah Jahan's period? Night scenes came to be painted. New technique called Siai Kalam was introduced. Gold powder, called Afshan, gold was used in the paintings. So his paintings shine. They're more costly. They look very beautiful. In the sense, they look very costly, not necessarily beautiful, because in his time, gold also came to be used. Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb dismissed all the painters because he considered it as un-Islamic. But towards the end of his life, Aurangzeb uh, agreed that his portrait be painted. So Aurangzeb is generally shown as an old bearded man holding a copy of the Holy Quran, right? Or he's shown hunting in one or two of his paintings. So Aurangzeb dismissed all these painters. Understand this, please. He dismissed all the painters trained in the Mughal school of painting. So they lost employment. They lost employment and they had to survive. They had to look for a means of sustenance for themselves and their families. So what did the painters who were trained in the Mughal school of painting do when Aurangzeb dismissed them? Some of these painters either went to Rajasthan, to the various Rajput kingdoms, to the courts of various Rajput Rajas, or some of them went to the Pahadi areas in lower hills of the Himalayas. So what we notice is, during the later phase in Rajasthan as well as in Pahari paintings, we have Mughal influence. Mughal paintings have influenced the later schools of Rajasthani and Pahari paintings, because you have many Mughal painters who had been dismissed by Aurangzeb going and seeking employment in the various Rajput courts or in the Pahari courts. So later phase in these two aspects of painting have Mughal influence. Did you understand what I just now told you? Did you understand what I just now told you? No, Balban Jaswant, if I remember correctly, Balban did not claim he claimed descent from Afrasiab, not Amir Hamza. Okay, Afrasiab Jaswant. Did you get a basic idea of what Mughal paintings? So this is the gist of whatever I told you. No, no, no. Horse with wings is not composite painting. Composite painting, I told you just now, just Beamre, where 4 or 5 painters have painted one painting. Somebody has done the outline. Somebody has done has done the painting of the dress worn by the dancer, let's say, or the jewelry worn is done by somebody else. The outline is done by somebody else, like that. Okay, so this let us now discuss about Mughal paintings and just take some points. Some additional points on Mughal paintings to take, then I can go through quickly and finish Mughal paintings. See, many of you might not like the way I teach because I take my time. I may delay my class by one or a few hours, but then uh, I take my time. So don't hurry me up, but then are able to understand whatever I'm doing. Clear. So use this PPT as a supplement to the book Nitin Singhania. Read Nitin Singhania and also read my PPTs. Then you'll be able to understand better. Now let us take some extra points on Mughal paintings. I'll discuss the PPTs in some time. Just hold on, okay? I'll discuss the PPTs, but first let us do the writing part because it will take some time. Okay, now look, take down. So, so we'll come to that. Babur, Humayun, or let me do one thing. Let us discuss Babur and Humayun, and then we'll come to Akbar. That's better. Look here on your screen. So Mughal paintings, mainly the court art. It's basically a court art developed under the patronage of Mughal rulers, contemporary to Iranian art, aristocratic and secular. Right? So you have a number of Iranian artists hired by Mughal emperors, and when they came here, you also have Hindu style influencing Iranian artists. So it's a mixture of Persian and Hindu styles, the Mughal paintings. So let us look at developments under each of these emperors. Babur on your screen, Babur. So in his Babur Nama, he mentions his love for painting. He mentions about Persian art in his book, that is Babur Nama. Bizad, he mentions about two painters, Bizad and Shah Muzaffar. So Babur in his autobiography mentions about these two painters, Bizad and Shah Muzaffar. And he says Bizad did not know how to paint the chin of a clean-shaven young man. He did not know how to paint the chin of a clean-shaven, fully shaven young man. That's what Babur says in his autobiography. So you see here, Mughal paintings are again an example of miniature paintings. You see here, we have the Mughal court. Babur is sitting on a throne. You see here, Babur is sitting on a throne, and you have the grandees, the Mughal nobles sitting down, and somebody has brought a horse here. You see, there's a horse here. Somebody has brought a horse into the in before Babur. So Babur receives a court here, and that fellow has brought a horse also inside the assembly. Then Humayun. So Humayun, as we have seen, he was thrown out of India. He re-established the Mughal Empire in 1555. When he was in Persia, he met these two painters, Khwaja Abdus Samad. You see here, please remember these names. Khwaja Abdus Samad, Mir Said Ali Tabrizi. And he invited them to come to India. And later they came and he made them his court painters. So you have Humayun ordering the painting of the exploits of Amir Hamza. So what the name of the book is Dastani Amir Hamza. Dastane Amir Hamza. Then Amir Masir ul Umra, Hamza Nama. These are the various books which were illustrated. So this is Amir Hamza's story of bravery. So Humayun employed these two painters. Then we come to Akbar. You see on your screen, this is again, you see here, this is a painting which was in the newspaper, Indian Express newspaper. So since I use the online edition of newspaper, I can copy the painting or the important aspects. I can copy and paste it, and that's what I have done here. So this is not there in any of the textbook. It is there in your newspapers. So this is what I wanted to do, right? When you're preparing for an exam like this. So Princess of the House of Timur. This is a painting created between 1550 and 1555 by Abd Samad. This is supposed to be the earliest known example of a Mughal painting. This one, whatever painting is there in before you, in front of your eyes on the screen. Princess of the House of Timur. This again could be a question in the mains. Sorry, the prelims. This is the earliest example of a Mughal painting. Princess of the House of Timur. This came in the newspaper, Indian Express. Then we come to Akbar. Now take some extra points on Akbar. Then I'll discuss the PPT. Yes, Hari. Initially, you have these painters who came during the time of Humayun, and once they were employed here, you see, I told you, You have a lot of migration of artists, painters, scholars, even in literature. A lot of literatures came away from Central Asia, Persia. The rise of the Mughal Empire, under Akbar, was accompanied by to a large extent, by the decline of the Safavids. Safavids became a little weak during the Mughal rule. So, as a result, a number of scholars, painters, etc., began to come to the Mughal court, and many of them were also employed by the Deccani sultans in the southern states, Bijapur, Golconda, Ahmednagar, etc. They also sought employment there. If they did not get employment in the Mughal court, right now, please take down. This is supplementary points. Akbar, quickly, so that I can go fast. Akbar. So, what are the important developments under Akbar? Number one, Akbar established royal karkhanas. So that's called atelier. He established royal karkhanas. Royal karkhanas, or what is called atelier. Atelier. Number two, real founder of the Mughal school of painting. Akbar is considered to be the real founder of Mughal school of painting. Real founder of Mughal school of painting. Number three, we have combination of Persian and Indian paintings. Combination of Persian and Indian paintings. Combination of Persian and Indian paintings during his period. Number four, then flat effect of Persian style. Flat effect of Persian style was replaced by the roundness of Indian style. Flat effect of Persian style replaced by roundness of Indian style. Number five, introduction of European painting. Introduction of European painting by the Portuguese priests. So, introduction of European painting. Now, today's newspaper, Indian Express, there's an article on Mughal paintings. Have you seen it? Have you read that? If you have not read it, please go back and read it. Right? It's about many of the Christian paintings in the Mughal court. So I was not able to read it fully because I was very busy with other things. So therefore, I could not read it. But then I have, at leisure, I'll read it. But then I just skimmed through it. So please make it a point to read it. Did you read it? Today's news, Indian Express newspaper. It is there. Please make a point to read it and make some points from that. Hello, are you there with me? Now take down introduction of European painting. Introduction of European painting by the Portuguese priests. By the Portuguese priests. Including the technique of foreshortening. Including the technique of foreshortening. 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 Including the technique of foreshortening. What is this foreshortening? I'll tell you in some time. Then number 6, book illustrations. Book illustration given importance by Akbar. Given importance during Akbar's reign. For example, we have the um, Mahabharata, which was Mahabharata, called, it came to be called Rasam Nama, right? Mahabharata was um, was illustrated. Ramayana was illustrated. Ramayana, Akbarnama, etc. So these are the important developments under Akbar, right? Can I move on? I'll open another page. Can I open another page? Then you take down uh, assimilation of what are the various techniques which were assimilated by the Mughal painters. Um, Assimilation of European painting techniques or Western painting techniques. Assimilation of European or Western techniques. Western techniques. Assimilation of European oblique Western techniques of painting. So during the period of Akbar, this again is during the period of Akbar, assimilation of European or oblique Western techniques of painting. Number one. So what are the various European techniques of painting which were assimilated by the Mughal painters? Number one, use of perspective. Use of perspective. Use of perspective. Number two, employment of light and shade. Employment of light and shade. Number three, lowering of horizons in the pictures. Lowering of horizons. Lowering of horizons in the pictures. Number four, representation of the sky more realistically. Representation of the sky representation of the sky more realistically. More realistically with cloud arrangements and brilliant sunsets. With cloud arrangements and brilliant sunsets. Representation of the sky more realistically with cloud arrangements and brilliant sunsets. Number five, modeling of three-dimensional figures. Modeling of three-dimensional figures. Modeling of three-dimensional figures by means of shading. By means of shading and a limited adaptation of perspective. And a limited adaptation of perspective. Have it taken down. So I'll repeat. Number one, use of perspective. Number two, employment of light and shade. Number three, lowering of horizons in the pictures. Number four, representation of the sky more realistically with cloud arrangements and brilliant sunsets. Number five, modeling of three-dimensional figures by means of shading and a limited adaptation of perspective. These are the various European or Western techniques incorporated by Mughal painters. Now, what is this technique of foreshortening? Anybody is a trained painter here or is into serious painting? The technical aspects of painting here, nobody? Now, you might have noticed some paintings. I'm explaining to you what is foreshortening. Technique of foreshortening. What is this technique of foreshortening? 6 point is sixth point. No, there are only 5 points. Modeling of three-dimensional figures by means of shading and a limited adaptation of perspective. Madhuri, did you get me? Modeling of three-dimensional figures by means of shading, no, and limited adaptation of perspective. Now, what is foreshortening? Now, look here. Let's say you see a picture, you see a painting, okay? Let's say a person is making a pot. he's, there's a potter's wheel, and on the potter's wheel, he is fabricating a pot. So the wheel is turning rapidly, and he is, using his fingers to make the pot. So when you see the painting, what you see is the fingers, the fingers of that potter looks very huge, and his face looks relatively smaller. It looks as if the size of the pictures in the painting is receding, um, as you go deeper and deeper into the painting. Did you understand? Hello, you see, your the fingers look much bigger than the face of that particular that potter. So the pot looks big, and the fingers look much big, and his arms look smaller, and his face also looks smaller because he's away from the pot, and therefore away from your view. So that is called foreshortening. Did you understand what I just now told you? Did you understand what I just now told you? You might Google, if you want to, just Google technique of foreshortening, or you just write, techniques of foreshortening, and you write pictures, pics. You write. You might get some pictures. Then you'll understand what I was trying to tell you. Okay, right. Then one last point to take under Akbar. Next paragraph. During Akbar's reign, next paragraph. During Akbar's reign, two or more artists worked together. Two or more artists. Two or more artists worked together, but not more than four or five. During Akbar's reign, two or more artists worked together, but not more than four or five. But not more than four or five. Not more than four or five. Full stop. One made the sketch. One made the sketch. One made the sketch. In bracket, Tarra. One made the sketch in bracket, Tarra. Trrah. Number two, second, the second made the painting. The second made the painting. In bracket, I'll tell you. The third made the portrait. The third made the portrait. The fourth made the figure drawing. The fourth made the figure drawing. And the fifth made the coloring. And the fifth did the coloring. So the first made the sketch Tara, the second made the painting Ami. Ami means painting. The third made the portrait Chiranuma. Chiranuma. The fifth figure drawing Surat. And the sixth coloring Rangarezi. Rangarezi. And the fifth did the coloring Rangarezi. Full stop. Such a system suggests. No, Shriza, in case in the mains there's a question about Mughal paintings, then you might have to write. But then you don't need to remember the Persian words. For example, the first made the sketch, Tara in bracket. If you can remember Tara, then you write it. Otherwise, don't bother. Just write the English equivalent. So the first made the sketch, the second made the painting, the third did the portrait. Like that, you can write without remembering or without having to remember the Persian equivalent words. Right. So they might ask you about Mughal paintings, in the mains. They might ask you. It can come in the prelims as well. Yeah, it can come in the prelims as well. Okay, now, so here the fifth did the coloring or rangarezi. Full stop. Such a system suggests, take down, such a system suggests that Mughal painting was a craft. Such a system suggests that Mughal painting was a craft. Such a system suggests that Mughal painting was a craft more than a fine art. More than a fine art. Such a system suggests that Mughal painting was a craft more than a fine art. So this is about Akbar. Clear? So you see on your screen, Pihu, not clear which foreshortening. Foreshortening, I told you, is it's basically more of an illusion. It is more of an illusion. It seems that that person's painting in the paint, in the that the person who has been depicted in the painting has larger limbs. For example, a lady who's making a pot, her fingers look much bigger in size when compared to her face, and it looks like the painting seems to be receding in size. If you look deeper and deeper into the painting, from what you see, which is before you, and you see the objects further away, which is shown in the painting, they seem to recede in size. That is the meaning of foreshortening. So, for example, the lady's fingers look much bigger. And let's say in the background you see a mountain. Far away, there's a mountain that mountain is shown very small. And on that mountain, you have birds flying. They are still shown smaller. So it looks like the picture is receding as you view it. The characters in the picture seem to be receding in size. Hello? That's the best I could explain. Pihu, did you understand? Hello? Okay. So here, let's look at developments under Akbar on your screen now. Akbar, so he continued to employ the painters who had come during the time of his father. So he paid personal attention to the development of paintings, Akbar. So he established a karkhana, what is called an atelier. So establish an atelier. That is, atelier is a place where you have almost 150 painters painting, or it's also called karkhana. And this atelier or karkhana was under the two master painters, Mir Said Ali Tabrizi and Abdus Samad. And this was the painting which was completed during the time of Akbar. Dastan Amir Hamza. So they began to paint the the Dastan Amir Hamza during the time of Humayun, and then it was completed during the time of Akbar. Totally, it has 1,400 illustrations, and each painting is of this size, 22 by 28 inches. 22 by 28 inches. That is the size of each of the paintings. Then we have Akbar's fondness for history resulted in Akbar Nama. So Akbar Nama also came to be illustrated. Akbar Nama was illustrated, written by Abul Fazl. Akbar Nama is written by Abul Fazl. Then you have Akbar's empathy for animals is seen in the Anwari Saheli, a painting called Anwari Saheli. The lights of Canopus, supposed to be one of the southern constellations in the night sky, Anwari Saheli. Then main artists during the period of Akbar. Who are the main artists? Mir Said Ali Tabrizi, of course, Khwaja Abdus Samad. So these two painters came during the time of Humayun, and they were continued to be employed by Akbar. Then Daswant and Baswan. So I have given you important aspects of each of these painters. For example, Mir Said Ali Tabrizi. So his famous paintings are these: Birth of Majnu, Shackled Majnu in front of Laila, etc. So these are the important painters. He came to India during Humayun's rule. Mir Said Ali Tabrizi. Khwaja Abdus Samad. So he was given the title of Shiri Kalam. So such things you remember, please. He was referred to as Shiri Kalam, Khwaja Abdus Samad, and he was the one who drew the broad contours of painting Dastani Amir Hamza. So most of the paintings of Dastani Amir were done by him. Then Daswant, he maximum scenes in the Ramzan Razum Nama, that is Mahabharata. Maximum scenes in the Mahabharata, the Persian version is called Razam Nama, was painted by Daswant. But Daswant committed suicide because of he lost his mental balance and he committed suicide later. And he also painted Hindu gods and goddesses. Daswant. Then Baswan. So drawings of Ramayana were done by him. So Ramayana also came to be translated during the period of Akbar. Right? These are the important painters under Akbar. You see on your screen, this is Mughal painting under Akbar. You see Akbar is going hunting. So this is Akbar here. You can see Akbar. So this is Akbar by Baswan. Akbar is here. Then Akbar is hunting. So you see Akbar is hunting. He's sitting on the horse and riding, and you have the deer, etc., running helter skelter. Then Jahangir. Now, what happened during the period of Jahangir? You see, please take down some extra points on Jahangir. So Jahangir gave a lot of importance to portrait paintings. So please take down Jahangir. What are the important developments on Jahangir? Jahangir. So please take down under Jahangir. The paintings of his time depict the pomp and splendor of the Mughal court. So the painting of his time depict the pomp and splendor of the Mughal court. How rich, how beautiful, how rich and beautiful the Mughal court was. So paintings of his time depict the pomp and splendor of the Mughal empire. Pomp and splendor of the Mughal empire. Then Jahangir preferred group portraits. He preferred group portraits. Group portraits. Then court scenes and different episodes of his life. Different episodes of his life. Different episodes of his life. For example, Jahangir embracing Shah Jahan. Jahangir embracing Shah Jahan. Or Jahangir, Emperor Jahangir celebrating the festival of Gulab Pashi. Emperor Jahangir celebrating the festival of Gulab Pashi. Gulab Pashi. So he preferred group portraits, court scenes, different episodes of his life. Then you also write down portrait painting. Portrait painting. Then painting of animals. Painting of animals. And landscape painting. And landscape painting reached its peak. Reached its peak. Okay, this is about Jahangir. Rest of the points is there in a PPT. Just let us go through it. Now, I have not been able to understand what is Gulab Pashi, festival of Gulab Pashi. So Gulab, is flower, that is rose. So I have really no idea what is Gulab Pashi. So, but that's what has been mentioned in one of his paintings, where he's shown celebrating the festival of Gulab Pashi. Okay, so Jahangir, the peak of Mughal painting is under Jahangir. He transferred Akbar's art depot to the fort of Allahabad. So Akbar's art depot was transferred to the fort of Allahabad, and Akkar Riza was made the head of this art depot. Abul Hasan, the son of Akar Riza, was his favorite painter. Abul Hasan, son of Akar Riza, was his favorite painter. And Abul Hasan was given the title of Nadir Uzma, that is wonder of the age. So such things you remember, please. So he preferred court scenes, portraits, animal studies. Women were employed to paint during this period, which is very unique. Women were employed to paint during the period of Jahangir. So, so who are the important paintings under Jahangir? You see, painters Govardhan, Bishan Das, Manohar, Farooq Beg, Muhammad Nadir, Ustad Mansur. So these are the important painters. And see here, I told you Thomas Rowe came to the court of Jahangir and he brought a copy of a painting, and he said that anybody who's able to make an exact replica will be given 50 rupees as a reward. 50 rupees. But then six copies were made. Six copies were made at the end of the day, and he could not pick out which is the original one. So he lost the bet. So Ustad Mansur on your screen, Ustad Mansur, famous for painting birds, animals, flowers. Title given to him, Nadir al-Asar. Such things you remember, please. Then Bishan Das. So he was sent to Persia. You see here, Bishan Das was sent to Persia to paint the portrait of Shah Abbas of Persia. So now those days there was no technology. Otherwise, Jahangir would have made a video call, I suppose. But then he wanted to see how Shah Abbas of Persia looks like. He sent Bishan Das all the way to Persia. And Bishan Das made a portrait of Shah Abbas and brought it back. Similarly, we have Farooq Beg. Then we have Manohar. You see, Manohar is the person who made a portrait of Jahangir. Manohar. And this portrait of Jahangir was presented to Thomas Rowe. And Thomas Rowe took it to England. He took it to England and showed it to his king, James I. It is there in one of the British museums. The painting of Jahangir, the portrait of Jahangir, which was made by Manohar and given to Thomas Rowe, who took it to England. Right? Interesting. So look at the paintings of Ustad Mansur. These are all the beautiful paintings of Ustad Mansur. Zebra and some birds. So then this is Jahangir receiving Prince Khurram. You see here on top, Jahangir receiving Prince Khurram. So Khurram is falling at his father's feet, and you have all the nobles looking at that. This is a painting by Bichitir, where Jahangir is shown as a world conqueror. Jahangir preferring a Sufi sheikh to kings. So King of England James I and the Emperor of Constantinople are standing with folded hands before Emperor Jahangir. And Jahangir is shown sitting on an hourglass, half empty, half full. Right? This is about Jahangir's. No, Zebra. No, it is paintings of Ustad Mansur. Gayatri. Maybe. Gayatri may be right. Festival of Gulab Pashi related to Holi. I have no idea. But you write Gulab Pashi because, we don't know the equivalent of Gulab Pashi. Yeah, Ankush dodo bird is first image. Where the dodo bird at that time? Obviously, somebody might have brought it as a gift to Jahangir, right? Zebra, you see, zebra is not from India, as you know, it is from Africa. But Ustad Mansur has drawn a zebra. Now, so it doesn't mean that he had gone all the way to Africa during those days. Somebody must have brought a zebra, as a gift to India, to the Mughal emperor, and he must have seen a zebra. For him to draw a zebra, he should have seen a zebra first of all, isn't it? So, so that's what it is. Don't think too much. I mean, these are the paintings of Ustad Mansur. That's it. Okay, Ankush says festival celebrated sprinkling rose water on each other, where princesses and nobles presented gifts to emperor. This is the internet saying, sir. Okay, thank you, Ankush. Okay, Ankush has solved the problem for us. Okay, right. Then Shah Jahan. So take some points under Shah Jahan, please. What are the important developments under Shah Jahan? Shah Jahan. The predominant theme, during the period of Shah Jahan was predominant theme visit of the emperor to ascetics. Visit of the emperor to ascetics or dervishes. Ascetics or dervish. Dervish is a wandering ascetic, Dervish would be a wandering ascetic. So visit of the emperor to ascetics and dervishes. Then night scenes were painted for the first time. Night scenes. So night scenes painted for the first time. Painted for the first time. Then number 3, a new technique called CI Kalam came to be developed. New technique called CI Kalam. What is CI Kalam? A new technique called CI Kalam became fashionable. New technique called CI Kalam became fashionable. That is, what is CI Kalam? That is, take down fine, delicate line drawings. Fine, delicate line drawings. Fine, delicate line drawings, slightly tinted with washes of pale colors. Fine, delicate line drawings, slightly tinted with washes of pale colors. With washes of pale colors and gold. That is the meaning of CI Kalam. I repeat, fine, delicate line drawings, slightly tinted with washes of pale colors and gold became fashionable. Okay, this is about Shah Jahan. Then Dara Shikoh, eldest son of Shah Jahan, you know that, son of Shah Jahan, Dara Shikoh. He kept an album of paintings. Murakka, it's called Murakka. Kept an album of paintings. Dedicated to his beloved lady Nadira Begum. Nadira Begum. Begum means wife. Dedicated to his beloved lady Nadira Begum. And lastly, Aurangzeb. Okay. Take down. He dismissed all the painters of the Mughal court. Aurangzeb dismissed all the painters of the Mughal court who later sought employment either in the various Rajput courts, who either sought employment in the various courts, who either sought employment in the various royal courts of Rajputana or in the Pahari kingdoms, put it that way. So Aurangzeb dismissed all the painters trained in the Mughal school, who later sought employment either in the royal courts of Rajputana or in the Pahari courts, influencing the local styles prevalent in those areas. Influencing the local styles prevalent in those areas. Are you there with me? Clear? Influencing the local styles prevalent in those areas. Aurangzeb, then you write consented to have his portraits, consented to have his portraits painted in his old age, consented to have his portraits painted in his old age. He's shown either as a bearded old man, he's shown as a bearded old man, he's shown as a bearded old man hunting or holding a copy of the Quran in his hand. He's shown either as a bearded old man hunting or holding a copy of the Quran in his hand. Okay. Can we go for a 10 minutes break and come back? Can we go for a 10 minutes break and come back? Continue with Shah Jahan, and then we will finish other part of the Mughal story, and then we will go to other aspects. 15 minutes. Okay. Then we meet at what time then? 9, now it's 7:05. 7:05 means what? 7:20. We meet at 7:20 then. So come back at 7:20. 7:20. So that's what I wanted 10 minutes. Can we have it at 7:15 instead of 7:20? Okay, go. Quickly go. 7:20 will come back. Good evening, everyone. Can we continue? Hello, am I audible and visible? Can we move on? Okay, thank you, Yogita. So, um, let's make a survey of the PPTs. Shah Jahan, I have given you extra points. Um, Shah Jahan, mainly court paintings were painted during his period. Famous painting, Shah Jahan Nama. So, famous painting is Shah Jahan Nama. So, you have images of young ladies in the Mughal harem and living places. So that became common, which was a very rare thing actually. The images of young ladies in the Mughal harem and living places came to be painted. And who are the famous painters during Shah Jahan's period? Govardhan, Mir Hashim, Anup Chittur, Fakirullah, etc. Then you can see some paintings of Shah Jahan's period. Shah Jahan and Prince Alamgir, that is Aurangzeb in Mughal's court. So here Shah Jahan with Aurangzeb in the Mughal court. Then Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. So this is another painting. Then let's make a comparison between Mughal and Rajput paintings. So this is about Mughal paintings. We have discussed Mughal paintings in detail. So let us make a comparison between Mughal and Rajput paintings. So here in both these paintings, we have some similarities. We have historical scenes in both, portrait drawings, scenes of night and religious paintings. But then let us look at the differences between Mughal painting and Rajput paintings. There are some extra points also, which I'll give you. So let us look at the differences. Mughal painting, Rajput paintings. So Mughal paintings are basically, you know, earthly. That is, whatever was seen, the pomp and splendor of the Mughal court, whatever is there on the earth, that was shown, but that was painted. Whereas Rajput paintings are imaginary. Many spiritual paintings were also done, so they are unearthly. In that sense, they are unearthly because they are also spiritual in nature. Mughal paintings incorporated floral borders, whereas floral borders are absent in Rajput paintings. Mughal paintings influenced by Persian and European elements, whereas Rajput paintings influenced by local and traditional Indian lives. Portrait of women is not common in Mughal painting, whereas importance was given to portrait of women in Rajput paintings. Then there are few more differences. Please take down. Um, so you can write Mughal paintings courtly. You can you can call it as courtly. They're courtly, aristocratic, courtly, aristocratic, and realistic. That is earthly and realistic. Whereas Rajput paintings, democratic and mystic. They are democratic and mystic. Then Mughal paintings portray real life, and are practical. Whereas Rajput paintings, mystic and theoretical. They are mystic and theoretical. Then meant for entertainment. Mughal paintings meant for entertainment. And therefore secular, whereas Rajput paintings meant to provoke spiritual feeling and therefore religious, meant to provoke spiritual feeling, therefore religious. Then Mughal paintings, animal life in its materialistic form. So animal life is shown in its materialistic form. Whereas Rajput paintings, animal life in semi-divine form. Animal life in semi-divine form. Right? Right. This is the difference between Mughal and Rajput paintings. Right? Can we go to other aspects? Can I move on? Can I move on, all of you? See, animal life in semi-divine form. That is, semi-divine form is um, uh, as if animals have emotions and they are worthy of being worshipped. That's the meaning of that. Animal life in semi-divine form. No, animals are shown emotional, whereas in Mughal paintings, animals are shown in their natural setting without any emotions. In that sense, semi-divine form with feelings, animals with feelings, right? So we'll come back here on your screen. So this is again a part of folk paintings, Madhubani painting. So let me make a quick survey of the remaining part of the painting topic, Madhubani painting. So what is this Madhubani painting? So this Madhubani painting is from the Madhubani district of Bihar. This is unique to Madhubani district of Bihar. It has got a geographical indication tag. That is, this type of painting is only found in that part of India, Madhubani district of Bihar. It's also called Mithila painting. Now, what is this Madhubani painting? You see, understand this. The marriage has been fixed between a boy and a girl. Okay, so let's say the boy and the girl, they're going to get married shortly. And the families have fixed the marriage. Now, days, a few days before the marriage, from the boy's side, from the would-be groom, so from the groom's house, from the would-be groom's house, Sindhur is sent to the girl's house. Sindhur, not is kumkum, Sindhur is sent by the groom's house, from the groom's house to the girl's house. So huge quantity of Sindhur is sent. Now the girl, the bride's parents, that is the women of the bride, would-be bride, the let us say the bride's mother, grandmother, and the other women in the family, they will receive the sindoor and they will make pictures. They'll make paintings on the wall of a particular room where the newly married couple are going to spend their first night. And that room is called Khobar Ghar. Khobar Ghar. You see, Khobar Ghar. So what is called Suhagrat, Suhagrat. So so when you get married, you have the newly married couple spending their first night under the same roof, right? First night of their wedding under the same roof. So the painting is done on that particular wall where the newly married couple is going to spend their first night, and maybe a few days they're going to stay there before the bride moves away from her parental house to her husband's house. So that is called Madhubani painting, right? What are the themes? Basically, religious themes are painted. Basically, religious themes are painted, like marriage, Lord Krishna, other Hindu deities, and in course of time, other themes were also painted: birth and marriage, festivals like Holi, Chhat, Durga Puja. So such paintings are also made during these occasions, like birth of a child, marriage, festivals, etc. And this tradition is generally handed down by generations by women. Women are the ones who carry forward this generation, and it is passed on from one generation of women to another generation of women. Now, where is the origin of this painting? Supposedly from the Ramayana age. The king of Mithila, that is Janaka. Janaka was the father of Sita, as you know. So Janaka is supposed to have ordered the people of Mithila to paint their houses, including the walls and floors of their houses, because his daughter was getting married to Rama. and that's where the tradition of Madhubani painting began. This is Madhubani painting, right? Easy, na? Madhubani paintings, unique to Madhubani district of Bihar. Then we have the colonial period, European period, colonial period. So you have new styles, techniques, and tools which were incorporated. Basically, we have landscape paintings, human portraits, paintings of gods, goddesses, all those things. So three styles developed under the during the colonial period. One is the British style, then the court style. Court style is seen in British style is the style of painting which was patronized by the British rulers, the company rulers, the East India Company officials. That is called British style, and we trace British style under three stages. Court style is seen in the royal courts of Mysore and Tanjore. Mysore and Tanjore, the royal courts, and modern national art style. I'll come to that in some time. So these are the three styles which developed during the colonial period. First of all, British style. So here um, you have the patronage given by the British East India Company, the British officials who worked in the East India Company, the British East India Company. So what are the main characteristics of this school? You see on your screen, I made a chart. In the first stage, what we notice is, as part of British style, attractive scenes were painted. Attractive scenes about India. For example, the landscapes of India. These were painted to attract the British officials to come to India, or to attract British painters and tourists to come to India. This is the first stage. Who are the famous painters who painted the landscapes of India? Thomas Daniel, William Daniel. This is first stage. Second stage, we have aristocratic drawings, the pomp and splendor of the royal courts of Indian rulers. So Indian rulers led a very lavish, rich life, and that was portrayed in the paintings. So human-sized paintings were made. It reflected the prosperity and influence of Indian rulers. For example, John Jaffani from Germany. So he was a famous painter of this genre, and portrait of Nawab of Arcot made by John Wilson. So the richness of the Indian rulers were portrayed in the paintings. Then we have historical paintings. Basically, in the third stage, we see British painters painting the wars which the British won against the Indian rulers. British fought many wars and they defeated Indian rulers. Their victory was portrayed in the form of paintings. For example, you see here on your screen, this style was started in 1762 by Francis Hayman. So he was the one who started this practice um, in his famous painting of Mir Jafar leading Robert Clive. Then we have Kirkpatrick's Srirangapatna victory, the British conquest of Srirangapatna. Uh, so Srirangapatnam victory, and David Baird's painting of finding the body of Tipu Sultan. So these are all paintings which depicted the victory of the British over Indian rulers. You see here, this is the storming of Srirangapatna. The Seringapatam, which the British called as Seringapatam, about 15-20 kilometers from Mysore. We have the capital of Tipu Sultan, Patna. And as you know, you have the British calling reinforcements. In the Third Anglo-Mysore War, Tipu was defeated. He lost half his kingdom. He had to send away two of his sons as hostages out of his four sons, and British demanded a huge amount of indemnity. The fourth war, as you know, this is what is depicted here: the storming of Srirangapatna, where they have breached the fort wall and the British have entered. And this is the last effort and fall of Tipu Sultan by Henry Singleton. This is a painting done in 1800. Beautiful painting, you will see. This is Tipu Sultan fighting. 1800. This painting was done. And then the General David Bayard discovering the body of Tipu Sultan after storming Srirangapatna, 4th of May, 1799. So this is a painting by David Wilkie. So if you read the Mysore Gazetteer, we have a British description of the death of Tipu Sultan. I don't have time to discuss that. It's part of modern India, so I'll not talk about it. But then you see, so he was having his afternoon lunch, Tipu, and the British had formed an alliance with the Marathas and the Nizam, and they stormed Srirangapatna. So when Tipu was having, and he was losing the battle, losing many battles. So when he was having his lunch, he got a news from one of the messengers that one of his commanders called Abdul Ghaffur laid down his life in defending Srirangapatna. So Tipu washed his hands, got onto his horse. He did not finish his lunch. He got onto his horse and he rode towards the northern gate. So there was a volley of cannonballs which were fired at the northern gate. So he changed direction. He changed direction and he went towards the western gate of Sringapatna. And then his horse was struck by a volley of cannon balls, and he fell down. Tipu was semi-conscious, and he fell down on a heap of dead soldiers, and he was semi-conscious. One of the British soldiers who saw Tipu, he did not know that he was Tipu Sultan, but he noticed the golden belt, the diamond rings, and the dagger, the diamond studded dagger which Tipu had on his waist, and he got greedy. The British soldier, so he slowly, he was trying to remove all those things. When Tipu, regained his consciousness, and with his sword, he took a swipe at the British soldier. So that sword missed the British soldier, and the British soldier, at point blank range, opened fire and killing Tipu instantly. This is how Tipu was killed. But then nobody knew he was Tipu. And when the British conquered Sringapatna, you have, they were searching for the body of Tipu Sultan. And then you can see here a British officer. He has he has lit a lamp, and in the light of the lamp, the body of Tipu Sultan was discovered. And these are the family members of Tipu Sultan who identified the body as that of Tipu's. So this is the painting by David Wilkie, right? So these are the three stages as part of British style. Initial stage, the landscape, the beauty of India was displayed. Second stage, the pomp and splendor, the richness of Indian courts were painted. And the last stage, the victories scored by the British against Indian rulers were displayed, right? Then we come to court style. Court style is, of course, we have two royal courts. One is Mysore and the other is Tanjore. Now, in 1799, Tipu was killed. You all know Tipu was killed in the Battle of Turkanahalli as part of the as part of the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. So then we have the Wadayar family, which was resurrected. Krishnaraja Wadayar the Third. So Krishnaraja Wadayar the Third. He was a young boy of 5 years, as you know. Krishnaraja Wadayar the Third. He was a young boy of 5 years. He was made to sign the subsidiary treaty. So he was made to sign the subsidiary treaty, right? And Diwan Purnaya was appointed as the Diwan, as the finance minister to run the administration of Mysore, Diwan Purnaya. And later, Krishnaraja Wadayar III came of age. That is, he became an adult. In 1811, he took over the direct administration of Mysore, Krishnaraja Wadayar III. And the painting which came to be patronized by King Krishnaraja Wadayar III is called Mysore style. Did you understand? Hello, all of you. Did you understand what I just now said? When Tipu died, Krishnaraja Wadayar was still a boy. But in 1811, we have the direct rule of Krishnaraja Wadayar III. Diwan Purnaya retired, and Krishnaraja Wadayar III from 1811 to 1831. I'll write here properly. From 1811, Krishnaraja Vodayar III, from 1811 to 1831, ruled Mysore. And the painting which came to be developed in the royal court of Mysore is called Mysore style. So basically, it is inspired by the Vijayanagar paintings. Basically, Hindu gods and goddesses, traditional scenes came to be painted. You see here, this is called Mysore painting, right? It came into prominence after the fall of Tipu Sultan under the rule of Krishnaraja Wadayar III. So we have various themes, basically religious themes were painted. It was meant for worship. These paintings were meant for worship, not for display. So among these paintings, we have Sri Tattvanidhi, which is a famous manuscript which was illustrated. We have gods, goddesses, mythological figures, seasons, animals, plants. They were all painted as part of the Mysore school of painting. So what are the features of Mysore paintings? Basically, it was meant for worship. They were made on handmade papers. And I have explained to you the technique used. You don't need to remember the technique used. I found this in one of the articles in one of the magazines. I found it relevant, and that's why I put it here. You can go through it out of interest, but I don't think they'll ask you questions as to what was the technique used to make Mysore paintings. So don't worry about that, right? So I have either way mentioned it here in the PPTs. Did you understand, all of you, the Mysore paintings technique? And look at the paintings here on your screen. This is a painting. To the left of your screen, you see here, this lady is holding a lamp in her hand, and you see the paint is a painting, and the light of the lamp is reflecting on her chest as well as her face, so beautifully shown in the paintings. This is the the private darbar, the private court, even now, which is held in Mysore as part of the Dasara celebrations. The private court of the Vadayars. So this is the Mysore Palace is called Jagan Mohan Palace. So inside the Jagan Mohan Palace, we have a private darbar which is held even now on ceremonial locations like Dasara or Navaratri. And this is the painting of Krishnaraja Vadayar III. And you see here, these are the royal ladies of Mysore. No, the Mysore Wadayars never married local girls. They married girls, that is, the princesses from Gujarat and Rajasthan. Even now, the present Skyan has married a Rajasthani princess from one of the royal families of Rajasthan. So they had matrimonial relations with Gujarat and Rajasthani families. But once they married these princesses, they gave them local names. So you can see these are all the religious themes meant for worship or prayer. Right? This is Mysore School of Painting. Okay. Okay. So this is a place called CB in the Tumkur district of Karnataka, and we have a temple called Narasimha Swami temple there in the Tumkur district. So in the temple walls, on those temple walls, we have some paintings. This is again belonging to the Mysore School of Painting. You see here Tipu Sultan is here in one of the paintings. So this is Hyder Ali, Tipu's father, and this is Tipu Sultan killing a tiger, though he was called Tiger of Mysore for other reasons, not that he killed a tiger. Tipu never killed a tiger, but he's shown, killing a tiger in this particular painting. This is the summer palace of Tipu Sultan in Srirangapatna, his capital. And on the walls of this summer palace, it's called Darya Daulat Bagh, the garden palace and summer residence of Tipu. So on the walls of this palace, we have beautiful paintings inside, like this, as you can see on your picture, on your screen. The Tipu Sultan riding a horse, he's going on a battle, etc. Right? Then also we have Jain Mad at Shravana Belagola. Naga Kumara Charitra is the story of a prince who fell into the well when he was a small baby, guarded by a king cobra, and later brought up by a village couple, and later he became a king again. So all these are stories which have been painted as part of the Mysore School of Painting. You can see here Bahubali and Bharata stories. Bahubali and Bharata, you remember? I have told you the story of Bahubali, Gomateshwara at Shravana Belagola. So he fought against his elder brother Bharata. So one was Jala Yuddha, where they had to throw water on each other. And that's what has been displayed here. Then we have Pichwai painting. What is Pichwai painting? This is from Rajasthan, Pichwai. So I'm sure you know what is Pichwada. Pichwada is your backyard. Pichwada, Ghar ke Pichwade, or back. Literally means back. Now you see, you have a god in Rajasthan, a temple called Srinathji. So the name of the god is Srinathji. This is in Natadwara, Rajasthan, and I have put a picture of this god. You see here, this is the idol of the god, and behind the god you see a cloth, right, in blue and white color. So this is made of coarse cotton, and whatever painting is done on that is called pitchwai painting. Did you understand pitchwai painting? Right? That is called pitchwai painting. The made on hand spun starched cloth, mainly for background at sanctum of Sinaji's idol at Natadwara in Rajasthan. Hello, is it boring? I don't know, but it might have been monotonous to so much of painting we have been discussing. But then this is an important segment in your syllabus, painting. So hello, all of you. Are you there with me? Okay, fine. So this is pitchwai painting. So remember Pichwada, and you automatically will understand what is pitchwai painting. Clear? Pitchwai painting. So subject is holy, Govardhan, Puja, Ras Leela, nature, etc. So basically, it was done on the cloth behind the main idol of Srinathji in Natadwara, Rajasthan. That's called pitchwai paintings. Then Tanjavur painting. So you have a Maratha rule here in Tanjore. Remember, I have done Shivaji's story. Before he died, Shivaji died in 1680. In 1677 or so, he went to Hyderabad, isn't it? He went to the Golconda Sultan and had a treaty with him. And according to the treaty, whatever he conquers from Bijapuri, Karnataka, half will be given away to the Golconda Sultan. And Shivaji conquered the present regions of Tamil Nadu, Tanjavur, Madurai, Jinji, Vellore, etc. And that's where Maratha rule came into existence in the present state of Tamil Nadu in certain regions. So the painting which was patronized in the royal courts of Tanjavur, the Maratha royal court of Tanjavur, is called Tanjavur painting. Did you understand? Hello? So you have a Maratha court at Tanjavur under Sarboji the second, Shivaji the second. So they were the rulers here in Tanjavur, and the painting which was patronized in the royal court of Tanjore is called Tanjavur painting. Anglicized name of Tanjavur is Tanjore. In Tamil, it is called Tanjavur. So here, gold is used, gold coating is used, and painting is done on a locally available wood called jackwood. In English, it's called jackwood, or in Tamil, it's called Palgai Padam. You can see here, Palgai Padam. Palgai Padam is jackwood. Jackwood. So painting is done on jackwood. And again, various themes are painted: Vishnu, Shiva, Krishna, and later even Muslim and Sikh gods came to be painted, right? Um, so Jain, Sikh, Muslim, and secular subjects also came to be painted, right? And what is the how it is? What is the technique used? I have mentioned it here. It has got geographical indication tag, unique to Tanjore. You see here on your screen, very beautiful to look at. It is done on jackwood or Palgai Padam. You have a red or a green background, and the outline is made with dark reddish brown. So these are the paintings, Tanjore paintings, where they use gold, gems, such glass. So gold, gem, glass, etc. is used. Right? Beautiful paintings. Yeah, Pichwai is in the Pichwada of the god. On the that is a blue color, blue white cloth. You see, Hari, that is the painting. Yeah, this is Tanjore paintings. Very beautiful, of course, Sakshi. That is true. Sakshi says really beautiful. It is. It is. I got greedy actually. I wanted to put more pictures. Then I understood um, this is a history class, not a painting class, right? So I have limited my display of pictures here. Very beautifully made. So what is a okay? So Tanjore and Mysore paintings. I have given a chart here. Please go through it. Then modern national art style. So you see here, as part of modern national art style, we have painting on paper. Paintings came to be made on paper, and also printing of papers. And in this context, we have to mention about Raja Ravi Varma. Ravi Varma. So this is Raja Ravi Varma. He was belonging to the royal family of Travancore, what is now called Tiruvananthapuram in Kerala. Those days called Travancore. So he belonged to the royal family of Travancore. Raja Ravi Verma, he was a gifted painter from a young age, and naturally gifted painter. And he used to paint various themes. And then later you have a person called Theodore Jensen. Now, Theodore Jensen was a British painter. Theodore Jensen. So Theodore Jensen visited the court of Raja Ravi Verma. So, and Theodore Jensen taught Ravi Verma the European techniques of painting. So you see, even before Theodore Johnson came in touch with Raja Ravi Verma, the paintings of Raja Ravi Verma had become world famous. So European techniques were taught by Theodore Johnson to Raja Ravi Verma, and Raja Ravi Verma incorporated those European techniques, but he painted Indian themes. Now, why is Raja Ravi Verma so popular? Any idea here? Why is Raja Ravi Verma so popular? You please understand. Among the Hindus, you see, you have so many gods. We worship so many gods. And I'm sure whoever is a Hindu here, you might be having photos of gods and goddesses in your houses. In your house, you'll be having photos of gods and goddesses. Or you could have even otherwise, even if you're not a Hindu. But I'm just talking, basically. Now, look here. Let's say you have the family photo of Shiva. So Shiva sitting with Parvati. In the background, you have the Kailash mountains, in a snow-clad mountain. You have, full family photo of Shiva with Ganesh and his mouse. Then Muruga, that is Subramanya. or Kartikeya with his peacock, Shiva with his Nandi, Parvati with her mount. So all that family photo is shown. Happy photo. This is the imagination of Raja Ravi Verma. Similarly, you have Hanuman. Okay, Hanuman has, has spread his chest. He has torn open his chest, and in his heart, you see Rama and Lakshmana. Or you could have a photo where Hanuman is seen carrying Rama and Lakshmana on his shoulders. Or you could have a photo where you have goddess Lakshmi seen sitting on a lotus, and the lotus is floating on a lake or or some river, and two elephants are sprinkling flowers on Lakshmi. These are all the imagination of Raja Ravivarma, and and that's what we are praying nowadays. This is the imagination of Raja Ravivarma. There are many things to speak about Raja Ravi Verma. That is one. Secondly, so he painted, Hindu gods and goddesses, and later his paintings became so popular, so famous that the people began to demand more and more of his paintings, and he could not obviously make so many copies of his paintings. So what he did is he opened one a printing press in Bombay, where his paintings came to be printed, and then he could distribute those printed versions of his paintings to any number of people. So he began to print his paintings. Then Raja Ravi Verma is a person who made 9-yard saris, which is famous in Maharashtra, world famous. So he draped his women in his paintings with 9-yard saris, the Nawaris as they are called in Marathi language. So that became world famous because of that. Thirdly, Raja Ravivarma is the person who was the first Indian painter to paint women naked. Now, don't get me wrong here. This is what is there in the books. That's what I'm telling you. So he painted women naked. Now, you might wonder, how did he manage to do that during those days? Who posed for him? So here, I believe he hired prostitutes. He hired prostitutes. He paid them money and asked them to pose naked, and then he would paint these women, right? And that's how he painted. And these paintings of Raja Ravivarma were sold in the various art galleries of the world. They were displayed in the various art galleries, and his name became very, very famous, right? So this is about Raja Ravivarma. Um, Clear, all of you, right? So you can see here, this is the painting of Narasimha, God Narasimha, has killed Hiranya Kashipa, sitting on a threshold, and he has opened up his belly. This is Lakshmi here. You see Lakshmi floating on a lotus pond, and then you have an elephant wanting to garland her. This is an Indian lady, right? You see here Krishna with his mother, Krishna, and she's taking butter or whatever, from the cow. These are all the paintings of Raja Ravi Verma, beautifully made. Then, are you there with me? 9-yard saris are worn by Maharashtrian women on ceremonial occasions. They're worn on ceremonial occasions, right? Like a marriage, or maybe going to a temple, like that. Now then, let us come back here. Patna or company school. Now, what is this Patna or company school? Understand this, very simple. You see, when was Delhi conquered by the British? When did the British capture Delhi? The British captured Delhi in 1803, isn't it? British captured Delhi in 1803. So once the British captured Delhi in 1803, many of the painters who had been trained in the Mughal school of painting ran away to Murshidabad. They ran away to Murshidabad in Bengal. So they escaped to Murshidabad. Painters escaped to Murshidabad. Now, Murshidabad was not a very peaceful place, because you have frequent attacks of the Afghans, the Marathas, and the British. Frequent wars would take place. Murshidabad was not a quiet and peaceful place. So, therefore, these painters who had escaped from Delhi to Murshidabad left Murshidabad and ran away to Patna, capital of Bihar now. right? They ran away to Patna, and Patna in about 2 centuries became a important commercial center of the British. It became an important business center of the British. And the painting, which was patronized by the British officers in Patna, came to be called Patna School or Company School. Did you understand? Can you raise your hands? So Patna became an important commercial center, and you have the British officers who patronized this school of painting. So this is called Patna School or Company School for that reason. It's a fusion of Mughal and Western styles of painting. It's a mixture of Mughal and Western styles of painting. So what are the features of Patna Kalam? So you have miniature paintings. They are miniature paintings made on paper. Later, it also came to be made on ivory, leather, etc. Paintings show day-to-day life of people. So bazaar scenes, market scenes. Okay, a lady is selling fish on her, holding a basket on her head, or a hawker, trying to sell his goods. The basic scenes are shown. So day-to-day life is shown. Social themes, smallest events of social life have been painted, right? Paintings have been done on mica also. Animals, festivals are depicted. Oldest painting is the Patniya Ikka, the horse cart of Patna. This is called Patniya Ikka, the horse cart of Patna. This is the oldest painting of the Patna school of painting. Main painters Shivlal, Gopal Lal, Sevak Ram, etc. Hello, did you get me that? See, I have put a lot of pictures of paintings. I hope it has been useful to for you to understand this painting topic. I have put a lot of you know pictures. Patniya Ikka. Then Bengal school. Understand what is this Bengal school of painting? Now there was a British painter called E.B. Havel. There was a British painter called E.B. Havel. E.B. Havel was very angry because the Europeans began to condemn Indian paintings. And he was also angry with Indian painters because they were adopting Western themes. So E.B. Havel felt that India has a very rich tradition and culture, has a rich tradition of painting. From thousands of years, we have been painting, for example, Ajanta, etc. So since India has a rich tradition of painting, he inspired a group of painters to paint Indian themes. They might adopt Western techniques also in their paintings, but they should stick to Indian themes. So the school of painting, which was inspired by E.B. Havel, came to be called the Bengal School of Painting. We have painters like Abanindranath Tagore. Abanindranath Tagore was one of the painters inspired by E.B. Havel. And Abanindranath Tagore happened to be the nephew of poet Rabindranath Tagore. So the school of painting, which was born under Abanindranath Tagore and others like Sharda Ukil, Jaimini Roy, Amrita Shergill, etc., came to be called as the Bengal School of Painting. Did you understand? Hello, all of you. No, I have not read anything like that, Jaswant, in any of the books, right? Britishers did not compel him. Why should they compel him? I have not read anything like that. So let us not presume anything. Whatever I told you is from the books I have read, right? Whatever I have told you about Raja Ravi Verma is from the books I have read. So you just keep it in your mind. Right, we'll come back here. So, did you understand? So you have painters like Abhinav Tagore, etc., who later established the so-called Bengal School of Painting, which later came to be called or rechristened as the Oriental National Art Style. It also came to be called as the Oriental National Art Style of painting. So, what are the subject matter of Bengal School? You see here on your screen, historical paintings came to be made. Buddha and Sujata. You remember Sujata gave a bowl of rice and milk to Buddha, isn't it? And Buddha consumed it, rice and milk, and then he attained nirvana later. So Buddha and Sujata by Abhinavanath Tagore, Akbar and Kunal by Asit Kumar Haldar, religious paintings like Mahakali, Shiva Parvati, etc. Literary paintings like Meghdut of Kalidas, Meghdut of Kalidas, written by or painted by Asit Kumar Haldar, etc. These are the subject matter of Bengal School of Painting, right? So who are the pioneers of Bengal School of Painting? Abhinavanath Tagore, Asit Kumar Haldar, K. Venkatappa, Nandalal Bose, Sarda Ukil, Jaimini Roy, etc. These are all painters belong to the Bengal School of Painting. Did you understand Bengal School of Painting? Whatever I just now told you. Any doubts? Any clarifications required? Clear? Can I move on? I say something quickly so that I can move on. Yeah, okay, thank you. Right. So paintings of Abanindranath Tagore. So I've told you this. Later it came to be accepted as the Indian Society of Oriental Art. So he was see, I have put a note on Abhinavanath Tagore. He was a nephew of Rabindranath Tagore, considered to be the first modern Indian painter. Abhinavanath Tagore is considered to be the first modern Indian painter, right? So famous painting of Abhinavanath Tagore, Bharat Mata sitting on a lion holding a flag. You see here, this is Bharat Mata sitting on a lion holding a flag, right? This is Bharat Mata sitting on a lion holding a flag. So this actually came in the newspapers. So Abhinavanath Tagore, his famous paintings are Buro Angla, Buro Angla. This is supposed to be trans. He took these themes from the Wonderful Adventures of Nils by Swedish novelist Selma Lagerlöf. So then he made a children's story book called Buro Angla, where you have paintings. Then Arabian Nights series of paintings and Abhinavanath paintings. His paintings were first published in the Studio magazine in 1910. So he was a nephew of Rabindranath Tagore. Then we come to folk paintings. Folk paintings, basically seen in the various houses and courtyards of villages in different parts of India. These are all the examples of folk paintings, Madhubani painting, Pattachitra, etc. I've already explained to you what is Madhubani painting, made on the walls of the Kobargar, where the newly married couple are going to spend their time. So this is from the Jitwarpur village in the Madhubani district of Bihar. So basically, scenes of Ramayana, Hindu gods, goddesses came to be painted. Mahasundari Devi was a famous artist of the Madhubani school of paintings. Right? Then we come to Pattachitra. This is the folk painting from Odisha as it is called, Pattachitra. So please go through it. Pattachitra art. This is from Orissa. Remember at least the important states, the state where that particular painting comes from. Pattachitra is from Odisha. Then Pithora paintings. This is from Gujarat. Pithora painting made by the tribes of Gujarat. Basically Rathavas and Bilalas. So they are the ones who make these paintings, Pithora paintings. Then Tanka paintings. But Tanka paintings found in the monasteries of Ladakh in India. So it's a Tibetan painting. Tanka paintings done on cotton or silk cloth. Then Kalamkari paintings. Kalamkari painting is from Andhra Pradesh. This is done with the help of a kalam or a pen. This is from they developed it in Machilipatnam in Krishna district of Andhra, right? That is called Kalamkari painting. Then Kalighat pot art. What is this Kalighat pot art? So we have the famous Kali temple in Dakshineshwar, Calcutta. So on the steps of this temple, the paintings which are found is called Kalighat pot art. So you have the Kalighat Kali temple in Kalighat, Kolkata, where Swami Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was the chief priest, isn't it? So on the outside this temple, we have a lot of paintings found on the Ghat area, and that painting is called Kalighat pot art. Then floor paintings, Rangoli. So generally, I believe in North India, it is on a wet floor. And then in South India, it is done on done with dry powder. And I put a chart known by Rangoli is called in different states by different names. Uttar Pradesh, Chauk Purna, Uttarakhand, Aipan, like that. Rajasthan, Mandana, Mehendi, Andhra, Muggulu, Kalamkari, etc. Kerala, Kalma, Jattu, Kalam. So known by different names. These are again examples of folk paintings. Then I have put a list of important painters of India, of modern India: Abanindranath Tagore, Nandalal Bose, then Asit Kumar Haldar, Jaimini Roy, then Makbul Fida Hussain, M.F. Hussain, Bhavesh Chandra Sanyal, Satish Gujral, right, Shobha Singh, Dayab Mehta, Amrita Shergill, then Sharda Ukil. These are important painters, right? So there's a small note on Amrita Shergill here. About a year back, she was in the news, Amrita Shergill. Hungary has planned to convert her house into a museum in Lahore. So that's where she was in the news about a year back. So I've given a small note here about Amrita Shergill. Please go through it. Right. So this is about painting. Very famous. Yeah, yeah. So let us talk about. Let us look at the questions. The painting of Bodhisattva Padmapani is one of the most famous and often illustrated paintings at where? Ajanta, obviously. Cave number 1, isn't it? Bodhisattva Padmapani is one of the most famous and often illustrated paintings at Ajanta. 2017 question. Next question. Kalamkari painting refers to what? So basically, it is a hand painted cotton textile in South India. Hand painted cotton textile in South India, but basically from Andhra Pradesh. Kalamkari painting. Then consider the following historical places. 2013 question. Ajanta Caves, Lepakshi Temple, Sanchi Stupa. Which of the above places are known for mural paintings? So what are mural paintings? Paintings done on static surfaces. Ajanta Caves, you have mural paintings. Lepakshi Temple, in Andhra, we also have mural paintings there. Sanchi Stupa, we don't have any paintings. So answer is 1 and 2. Very easy question. Okay, 1 and 2 is the answer. Then the well-known painting Bani Thani belongs to, so this is a UPSC question. The year is missing. It's a UPSC question, Bani Thani. It belongs to the Kishangarh school. And I told you who Bani Thani was. She was the mistress of Raja Samant Singh of Kishangarh. So Kishangarh school is also called Bani Thani paintings. With reference to the rock shelters of Bhimbetka, consider the following statements. It is situated on the hills, on the foothills of the Satpura mountains. No, it is situated on the foothills of the Vindhya mountains. So the first statement is wrong. It is made of sandstone rocks dating back to the Mesolithic period. Correct. It reflects a long interaction between people and the landscape. So obviously, whatever was seen in the nature was painted. So how many statements are correct? The second and the third are correct. Only two are correct. Right? Two and three are correct. So only two statements are correct. And I have given you the list here, the answers here, the choices are here. So B is the answer. It's in the Vindhya mountains. So this is about painting topic. Did you understand? This is about painting topic. Then I have put a small note on Alu Kurumbas. You see here, these are a tribe from Tamil Nadu, Alu Kurumbas. So they are from Nilgiri district of Tamil Nadu. And look at this painting here. This is unique to the Alu Kurumbas. They live in the forests of Nilgiri district of Tamil Nadu. And they use Bodhi Mun soil for red and white colors, white Kariye Maram tree for black, and leaves of Katavarai plant for green. Look at this beautiful painting. Here people are collecting honey. They're climbing, the people holding the ladder on sitting on the top here, and they're collecting honey. Yeah, this is about painting. Clear? This is about painting. So I might not be able to finish the syllabus tomorrow. I might require one more day. If I cannot finish it tomorrow, which I think I'll not finish, I'll require one more day. That is, I should be finishing it on Friday. If not tomorrow, Thursday, tomorrow, on day after tomorrow, Friday, provided they give me a class, I'll be able to finish. Okay? Right. So this is about painting. Clear? So please, I've told you, focus on certain areas of painting. Of course, you have prehistoric painting is one thing. Prehistoric painting. Then Ajanta painting is very important. Then know about Rajput paintings, which is divided to Pahari and Rajasthani paintings. Mughal paintings is important. And folk paintings, different parts of India. What is the unique painting available in that state? Remember those things, right? And some things like Madhubani painting, Pichwai painting, such things. And whatever is in the news, whatever painting is in the news. We'll see Sakshi. Extra classes are conducted on Saturday and Sunday. If possible, we will do it. Let's see. Let me talk to the management first of all. I require one more day, probably. Right? Now let us come to the next chapter, Bhakti movement, religious reforms during medieval period. Let us come to the next topic, religious reforms during medieval period. So basically, I have Bhakti and Sufi movement. Bhakti and Sufi movement I have to cover. Then I have Indian music, education, science, and technology. If I finish these four topics, I should be able to cover the syllabus, what I had planned in the given time to me. These are the important topics I'll be discussing. Okay, so science and technology, education, Sufi Bhakti movement, Indian music. Right? So we'll come back here. Yeah, we will do that, Bhimare. Right. Now we'll talk about religious reforms during medieval period. Now, what is this Bhakti movement? What is this Bhakti movement? Religious reform during medieval period. Basically, here we are going to talk about Bhakti movement, Bhakti and Sufi movement, Bhakti movement and Sufi movement. Now, let me give you an overview of this topic. Understand this? Let me give you an overview of this topic. Bhakti movement. First of all, Bhakti movement. Now, Bhakti, what is Bhakti? Hello, what is Bhakti? Bhakti, devotion. Okay. So, Bhakti, very good. So, I would put it in another manner unadulterated devotion, pure devotion, unadulterated, unadulterated devotion to a chosen deity, to a chosen deity is called Bhakti. Unadulterated devotion to a chosen deity is called Bhakti, right? And Bhakti has three concepts. Bhakti has three concepts. What are the three concepts of Bhakti? We have, of course, number one is Bhakti itself. Bhakti itself, that is devotion or pure devotion. Then Prapatti. What is Prapatti? Total surrender. Prapatti is total surrender. And number three, Nishkama Karma. Nishkama Karma. What is Nishkama Karma? Worshipping without any selfish interest or motive. Worshipping the God, worship without any selfish motive. Like, for example, God, please help me to pass the exam. I'll give you 10 coconuts. I'll break 10 coconuts. Or I'll go and tonsure my head. Now, that is bribing God. So, Nishkama Karma is without any selfish motive, you worship God without asking anything from him or her. Right? So, these are the three concepts of Bhakti. Bhakti, Prapatti, Nishkama Karma. Now, where do we see the earliest origin of Bhakti? Earliest traces of Bhakti. Where do we see the earliest traces of Bhakti? In the Upanishads, particularly in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad. The earliest trace of Bhakti is seen in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad. The earliest traces of Bhakti are found here in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad. We also have Bhakti mentioned in the Bhagavata Purana, which praises Vishnu. In the Bhagavad Gita, right, which is a part of the Mahabharata. So we have the concept of bhakti found in all these books, Vetashvatara Upanishad, Bhagavad Purana, Bhagavad Gita, etc. Now please understand, bhakti movement. Bhakti has a movement. Where did it begin? Bhakti has a movement. Where did it begin? It began in Tamil Nadu. Understand this? Bhakti has a movement. Bhakti movement began during the Pallava rule, during the Pallava period. There is the imperial Pallavas who ruled from the 6th century to the 9th century Common Era, C, AD or CE. So during the Pallava period, we have the Vaishnava and the Shaiva saints of Tamil Nadu. That is, we have the alvars. How many alvars were there? 12 alvars were there. And they composed devotional poems in praise of Vishnu. So they were Vaishnava saints. The alvars were the Vaishnava saints. Vaishnava saints, right? And they composed devotional poems. Devotional poems in praise of Vishnu. And what is it called? It is called Prabandhas. They're called Prabandhas. In local language, Nalaira Divya Prabandham. So they are called Prabandhas, devotional poems in praise of Vishnu. And even now in the temples of Tamil Nadu, in the Vishnu temples of Tamil Nadu, the songs or the poems composed by these alvars are even now sung. Similarly, we have the Nayanars. The Nayanars, also called Nayanmar, there were 63 of them. And these are Shaiva saints. Shaiva saints who compose devotional poems, poems in praise of Shiva. And their collection of poems are contained in what is called Tirumurai. Tirumurai, also called Dravida Veda. Hello, did you get me that? Now, Bhakti as a movement began in South India in the between the 6th and the 9th century AD. In the 6th century AD, among the Alvars and the Nayanars. Now, before I proceed, understand this. Before I proceed, I want you to think and tell me what are the corruptions existing in our society and religion from ancient times. So let me draw a chart here. This is a religion and this is society. Okay, so what are the corruptions in our society and religion from ancient times? So first of all, so let us go randomly. Let's whatever comes to your mind. Okay, please keep on telling me. Sati. So sati is one. Very good. Sati. So sati is one of the corruptions in our society. Sati. Then what else? What else can you name? Dowry. Right. Then child marriages. Okay. Child marriage. Then polygamy. Very good. Polygamy. Hari says polygamy. Pallavi says child marriage. Ankush also has told child marriage. Varsha says Devadasi system. Very good. Devadasi system. Okay. Then child marriages. That is age gap in marriage. Ankush, that will be child marriage. Okay. Then untouchability. Untouchability. Very good. What else? Child labor. Okay. Child labor. Then casteism. Caste system. Okay. Casteism. Very good. Slavery. Very good. No education for women. No education for women. Okay. No education or property also, isn't it? They were not given property rights. No education for women. So then what else? Prostitution. Very good. Prostitution is one. Devadasi system. Devadasi system. Prostitution. Then female infanticide. Very good. Just one female infanticide. So very good. Thanks for your participation here. Quite a lot of people have participated. Brajneet, Madhuri, Shrija, Gayatri, Ankush, Hari. I may not be able to take everybody's name. Garima, Jaswant. Okay, then regional. Okay, okay. Wait, patriarchy. Okay, patriarchy. We can't. We not call. Can you call patriarchy as a corruption? I will not say patriarchy. Okay. Then Okay, then widow remarriage, discouragement of widow remarriage. Very good, Ankush. So ban on widow remarriage, ban on widow remarriage. What about religion? Corruptions in religion. All this is society. Most of it is society. Whatever you have given me, sati, dowry, child marriage, polygamy, Devadasi system, untouchability, casteism, slavery, no education or property for women, prostitution, female infanticide, ban on widow remarriage. Uh, no, in our society, Varsha, you cannot say child labor. Okay, child labor. Okay, what about religion? What about religion? Pallavi, what about religion? What are the corruptions in our religion? Hello, you have what? Elaborate rituals, isn't it? Elaborate rituals, sacrifices of animals, emphasis on sacrifices. Then, then what else? You have the domination of the priestly classes, domination of priestly classes. Keep taking down these points because this is it is all it's your effort. You have brainstormed and you have given me all these points, which I really appreciate. So just write this down. Okay, so elaborate rituals, sacrifices, domination of priestly classes, then distortion of scriptures, distortion of scriptures by the opportunistic priestly classes, by the opportunistic priestly class, because scriptures were in Sanskrit language, and Sanskrit was the language of the elite sections of society. Nobody knew Sanskrit except the elite sections. So when they brought certain practices in society, they told the innocent people, ignorant people who did not know Sanskrit, who did not know how to read and write, that it is there in the holy scriptures and therefore it has to be followed. So, distortion of scriptures by the opportunistic priestly classes to serve their selfish interest, to serve their selfish interest. Fine. And some books mention even idolatry as a corruption. Idolatry. Idolatry has also one of the corruptions in religion. So these are the various corruptions in our society and religion. Monopoly of education. No, no, you can call it as corruption in religion only, isn't it? In society, yeah, you can call that as. You're right. Sumo says monopoly of education can be a point in society. That is true. The Dvija concept, Dvija, twice born, isn't it? I think I would put it under religion. Dvija concept is again a corruption, isn't it? Because Dvija is what? Twice born. Only this was interpreted by the priestly classes. That is, only the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya boys could wear the sacred thread. That is, the undergo the Upanayana ceremony. They could undergo the Upanayana ceremony, whereas the others, particularly Shudras and women, were denied the right to wear the sacred thread or the Yagnopavita or the Upanayana ceremony. So these are the corruptions. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is this: understand this. From ancient times, we had all these corruptions in our society and religion. And these bhakti saints, you see here, the Alvars, the Nayanars condemned all these things. They condemned all these corruptions in our society. They opposed the opportunistic priestly classes, the orthodoxy which they had introduced in society and religion. But then, even in the medieval times, the Bhakti movement spread from the south to the north. So I told you, Bhakti as a movement began in the Pallava country, in the Tamil country, to the Pallava period. Then it moved into North India. When did it move into North India from the south? So Bhakti movement spread into North India, into North by 1100 AD, by the 11th century, and it became a raging movement and became very popular. Became a raging movement in the 14th and 15th centuries. And we have the Royal Highway built by Muhammad bin Tughlaq between Delhi to Daulatabad. That also aided in the rapid spread of Bhakti movement into North India. The Royal Highway built by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Royal Highway, which he built, right? That also helped in the rapid spread of Bhakti movement into in North India. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is this: all these corruptions existed in our society and religion from ancient times. So, from South India, it went to North India. In the medieval times, by 14th and 15th century, during the end of the Delhi Sultanate and the beginning of the Mughal Empire, Bhakti movement had become very, very popular. But then, even the Bhakti saints of North India, we'll first discuss the Bhakti saints of South India. For example, Shankaracharya, we have already discussed, right? Then we talk about Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Vallabhacharya, Nimbaraka. These are the important Bhakti saints of South India. They all condemned these corruptions in our society and religion, but they were not able to eradicate these corruptions. Then Bhakti as a movement went from South India to North India. Even the North Indian saints. So in North India, you see Bhakti movement is divided into two parts. Saguna Bhakti, Nirguna Bhakti. What is Saguna Bhakti? God with human attributes. Saguna, idol worship. That is called Saguna worship. Saguna Bhakti. God with human attributes, so idol worship. Nirguna Bhakti. What is Nirguna Bhakti? God without any attributes. A formless God. So Bhakti movement is divided into two parts, Nirguna and Saguna. Saguna was popular in South India. Nirguna was in popular in North India. But then, irrespective of which form of God they worship, form or formless, what you need to understand is even the Bhakti saints of North India condemned all these corruptions. Ramananda, Kabir, Chaitanya, Mirabai, Surdas, Tulsidas. Then we have the Bhakti saints of Maharashtra, Gnanadev, Eknath, Tukaram, Namdev, etc. Then we have Bhakti saints of Rajasthan, Dadu Dayal, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Bengal, or Shankaradasa from Assam. So all these Bhakti saints, they condemned all these corruptions, but they were not able to eradicate it. When was it eradicated to a large extent, or at least or tempered to a large extent during the British period, during the modern era? And you have a chapter in your modern India. Remember what's the chapter? Socio-religious reform movements, 19th century Renaissance, modern India chapter, isn't it? You study about Brahma Samaj, Rajaram Mohan Roy, Arya Samaj, Dayananda Saraswati, Ishwachandra Vidyasagar, then reform movement, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Vivekananda, then Jyotiba Phule, and other important reformers. And of course, you have reform movement within Islam, reform movement within the Parsi religion, reform movement within the Sikh religion. So ultimately, to a large extent, all these corruptions were removed, eradicated, or to a large extent reduced in intensity during the British period. So that's what I wanted to remember. This is the gist of this topic. All these corruptions existed from ancient times. To a large extent, they were tempered, or their impact was reduced during the British period because courtesy, these reformers, and also because of the British authorities who brought a number of legal measures like sati was banned, human sacrifice was banned, widow remarriage act was brought by Dalhousie, sati was banned by Bentinck, okay, etc., etc. So so you need to understand this topic in a thread, as in a sequential order. Did you understand? This is what I want you to remember. Tomorrow I'll continue this chapter. Did you understand the gist of it? We'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay. So you can remember these corruptions. I'll start off directly from there. Factual information. Basically, this topic is factual. But then I will give you the gist of this topic. You have to study this as a thread. Okay? Carry on. Good night. And we'll meet tomorrow. Monopoly. No, that is separate. Monopoly in education can be included in casteism. Casteism is not only discrimination with respect to education, Ankush, discrimination with respect to other things also, isn't it? Access to various other benefits from society. So, since you're born in a particular caste, you will be either denied or given a particular benefit. It's not only education; you're also denied other, access to temples, right? Or to social gatherings or to important religious programs, etc. It's not just confined to education. That's why I've put it separately. Okay. So you take care. Revise your lessons, please, and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you very much. Good night.